Quickly, I'd like to give you the report by Richard Rosenblatt, the UPI sports writer, on the latest negotiations. Says the strike by Major League Baseball players appeared almost certain after negotiations between representatives of the Owners and Players Association broke off Thursday night without any progress on the issue. David Vaughn, the assistant counsel of federal mediator Kenneth Moffett, said the parties have met this afternoon and will continue to be in communication. But he added that a face-to-face meeting later Thursday night was uncertain. Players are scheduled to strike starting with Friday's game. So it's not good news, but it's still not the end of the road. Quickly, the lineups for the Yankees. Willie Randolph leads off at second. Bobby Mercer, the designated hitter, bats second. In center field, batting third, Rupert Jones. Greg Nettles at third base, batting cleanup. Jim Spencer playing first base and batting fifth. In left field, batting sixth, Bobby Brown. Joe LaFay, just called up from Columbus, will be in right field, batting seventh. Rick Cerrone doing the catching and batting eighth. And Bucky Dent back in the ninth position and playing shortstop. And pitching for the Yankees, Mike Griffin. For the Toronto Blue Jays, Alfredo Griffin leads off at shortstop. Bob Baylor will be at third base, batting second. In left field, batting third, Al Woods. Otto Velez will be the designated hitter, batting cleanup. At first base, hitting fifth, John Mayberry. Rick Possetti in center field, bats sixth. The right fielder batting seventh, Barry Bonnell. Dan Ainge at second base, batting eighth. The catcher batting ninth, Bob Davis. And on the mound, the young right-hander, Dave Steve. Willie Randolph, we mentioned back after flying home from Detroit to be with his young daughter who was ill and had a minor operation, ready to lead off and ready to go. Behind the microphone, Bill White.
All right, Scooter, Willie Randolph with a 6-game hitting streak, batting at .273, 3 home runs, 17 runs batted in, and the ball game is underway. It's a fastball that's fouled back. No balls and a strike on Randolph. The Yankees will send in Willie Randolph, Bobby Mercer, the designated hitter, and then Rupert Jones, the center fielder, against Dave Steve. Steve is making his second career appearance against the Yankees. On the final day of last year, he lost to the Yankees. Foul tip. It'll go back to the screen again. 2 strikes on Willie Randolph. That game was pitched at Yankee Stadium. He lasted only 3 1/3 innings, and he was tagged with a 9-2 loss. This year has been another year for the youngster, though. He's won 4 and lost 1. This is his 8th start. 4 complete games, and including 1 shutout. Fine ERA at 2.09. Pitch is high and away to Willie Randolph. It's 1-2. Blue Jays playing Randolph straight away. Steve rocks and deals a 1-2 pitch. Bounced up the middle right there. The shortstop and bobbles the ball. Alfredo Griffin tried to play the shortstop and bobbled it.
That's the only way he could have made the play, and he's going to be charged with an error.
Tough play for him, those two.
Very difficult play.
Now, as a shortstop, you've got to protect your people better than that.
Well, I tell you, I had a cup of coffee with the official scorer.
Yeah.
Who is a Yankee fan, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And he said to me, Healy must have been telling, somebody must have told him that I get on the official scores, and he said to me, please don't get on me tonight. The very first play of the game, I'd have had to get on him. But I'm not, because it should have been a hit.
All right. Randolph at first base, nobody out here, and the batter's Bobby Mercer. Bobby, the Yankees DH. Now the set by the right-hander, Steve. He checks Randolph, goes to first base, Willie back. Randolph being held at first base by John Mayberry. And when he tags you, you're tagged.
Big John's in a slump, Bill.
Blue Jays looking for 2. Another throw to first base. Randolph has to dive back. He was almost called out. We'll give it to the umpires now. Don Dinkinger's behind the plate. Larry McCoy, first base. He made that call. At second base is Dale Ford. And umpiring at third base, Greg Cox. Nobody out here in the top of the first. This ball game just underway. Another throw. The first this time. Randolph skips back easily.
Bill, while we've got a moment, there's a young man, Al DeRosa, up at Waveney Care Center in New Canaan, Connecticut. Great Yankee fan, a little bit under the weather, and we'd all like to wish him well because he can only stay up till about 7:45. So they called from New Canaan and said, would we please mention something before 7:15.
So you got it in by 7 moments.
All right.
Minutes. The pitch was outside the Mercer. It's a ball and no strikes. Throw to first base again. Steve really keeping an eye on Willie Randolph. Willie back safely. Randolph so far this year, after missing yesterday's ball game, he still has 7 stolen bases. That's tops on the Yankees. Pitch to Mercer. Bounce up the middle. Grab by Steve. Goes to second for one. Back to first. Double play. A 1-6-3 double play, and quickly there are 2 outs.
The Blue Jays lead the American League in double plays. That was their 50th of the year, and that was an excellent double play. Griffin showed me something on that.
Oh, quickly 2 down, and here's Rupert Jones, the Yankee center fielder. Roop had a very productive night last night. He went 2 for 5 with a 3-run home run. Hits one up the middle, right back to Steve. He makes the play to first base, and that'll retire the side. No runs, no hits there, and nobody left on base. At the end of 1/2 inning of play, the Yankees nothing, and the Blue Jays are coming up.
When the game gets hot, send in the pitching relief. And when the weather gets hot, send in the heat relief from Fetters, the experts in air conditioning. This is Phil Rizzuto to tell you how to make summer in the Albany area a lot more comfortable and save energy at the same time. Just visit your nearest Fetters dealer. He features compact Fetters room air conditioners, specially designed to beat the heat with incredible energy-saving efficiency. Take one home in your car. They're easy to install. And you'll really keep your cool when you see how much money one of these units can save you in operating costs. The action will be heating up on the field and in your home. So enjoy the baseball season in comfort with an energy-saving Fetters air conditioner. Buy early for big savings. Fetters air conditioners available at Stylecraft Appliance, 100 Broadway, Mid-City Shopping Center, Manhattan. Ed Scribner, 311 Main Street, Schoharie.
A used car? You're just buying somebody else's troubles.
Not if you do your homework. Check prices in the want ads. Read a book on buying used cars. Learn to make the simple tests that separate the good cars from the bad ones. Be careful before you buy it. Sure, it'll cost a little money now, but it can save a lot of money later. A public service message on behalf of the United States Office of Consumers Education.
Budweiser, the king of beers, wants to remind all of you that May is National Tavern Month. So to all you tavern and restaurant owners and to your customers, this Bud's for you. And this game really is for Mike Griffin. He has pitched outstanding baseball for the Yankees, but still has no 0-2 record. He has won none and lost 2. And he's just been the victim, leaving the ball game with leads a couple of times and then not being able to stand up, making his 5th start of the season. Last time out, his shoulder stiffened up, and he had to leave the ball game with a 4-run lead. But that was dissipated, and the Yankees eventually lost the ball game. All right, William.
All right, Scooter, and leading off for the Toronto Blue Jays will be Alfredo Griffin, their shortstop. Last year, Griffin, along with John Castino of the Minnesota Twins, the co-rookies of the year in the American League. Griffin, a switch hitter, is in the left-handed. He's batting .248, no home runs, 10 runs batted in. Yankees shortened up for him in the outfield and playing just a bit to hit to the other side, the left side. Nettles enclosed at third, so is Jim Spencer at first. Mike Griffin making his 5th start. And the first pitch is a called strike. This is the opener of a 4-game series tonight. The Yankees so far on this road trip have won 2 and lost 1. All those games in Detroit. The 0-1 pitch backs him off inside. It's 1-1. Yankees playing well on the road. They've won 11 of 17, and that's the best road record in the league. Overall, the Yankees have won 21, lost 14. That's also the best record overall in the league. Curveball, he couldn't check the swing. Went through, 1-2. Last year at this time, the Yankees had won 19 of 35 games. This year they've won 21 of 35. The 1-2 pitch bounced up the middle. Randolph out behind second. Backhand throws off balance. They've got him. Griffin must have gotten a bad start from home plate.
He had it because he can fly, and even though Willie made an outstanding play and an off-balance throw, Griffin normally beats that out.
Well, there's one down. Willie Randolph making a fine play. Here's Bob Baylor. Baylor playing third base tonight. Brewers shaking their lineup up. They had Danny Ainge at third base with Roy Howell hurt. Baylor hits one foul and backing out of play. Baylor originally coming up through the Baltimore Orioles system as an infielder. Damaso Garcia also hurt, so Ainge moved from third base to second base. Fastball hit right back up the middle, grabbed by Griffin. Spin, throws on the Spencer. They're 2 outs. That'll bring on Al Woods. He's having a fine early season, batting at .377, 5 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Yankees lead the Blue Jays by a game and a half in the American League East. Yankees, I mentioned, 21-14. Blue Jays 19-15. They're a game and a half back. Red Sox won 19, lost 18. They beat the Blue Jays here last night. They're 3 back. Pitch to Woods. Too high, ball 1. Brewers 4.5, Detroit 5. Baltimore and Cleveland 6 games behind the Yankees in the American League East. Mike Griffin looking in at Rick Cerrone for sign. He rocks and deals a 1-0 pitch. Swung on, lifted foul off the left side. Nettles over, but he'll run out of room. The ball is in the seats. 1-1. Well, Joe LaFay getting his first big league start tonight in right field. Rupert Jones is a center fielder, and Bobby Brown has moved from right to left. They say that LaFay might have the best arm in the Yankee organization.
No kidding.
Including the big leagues.
3 outstanding arms with Brown, Jones, and LaFay tonight.
Line foul, left side, back in the seats again. A ball and 2 strikes on Woods.
If LaFay could run, it could be the fastest outfield, too. We know Brown and Rupert Jones can fly.
Well, we'll get a chance to see tonight. LaFay, the 4th batter, due up next inning. Curve is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Woods. In the Western Division of the American League, the Chicago White Sox lead Kansas City by a game, Oakland by a game and a half, Texas by 3, Seattle 3.5, California 4.5, Minnesota 6. Fastball is pulled foul down the right side, and the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes on Al Woods. Pittsburgh leads the National League East by 3.5 over Philadelphia. The Dodgers lead the West by 3 over Houston and Cincinnati. Al Griffin with a new baseball. Rocks deals a 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Got him looking with a good fastball on the knees on the outside corner. 3 up, 3 down with played 1. And the score, Yankees nothing, Blue Jays nothing.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. It's me on the radio. Eastern Airlines is letting me do a commercial because starting June 1st, they're going to fly us kids to Florida free. Yep, a round trip, no charge. And you save, too. Just buy your Super Saver tickets to any of 13 Florida cities, including Miami and Orlando. Plan to fly each way on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays, and stay at least one Friday night. Then one of our kids, even kids up to 17, can come along with each of you grown-ups free. Just save with Super Savers, and we go for 0. And even if we have to fly on weekends, Eastern has good deals. The Super Saver seats are limited, and normal Super Saver restrictions apply. So call our travel agent or Eastern Airlines soon. Come on, Mom and Dad. Florida for free. We have to earn our wings every day. Look who switched to natural light. why you switch.
Catfish Hunter, you switch to natural light? Sure. This light beer has the taste I want to wind up with. They're tender another natural light for me and the cat food here.
This is why you switch to natural light. This is why you switch. This is why you switch.
And as a Bush, St. Louis. Well, happy birthday to Tommy John. TJ's celebrating his 37th today. Leading off Greg Nettles. With him.
All right, Scooter. Greg batting .241, 5 home runs, 17 runs batted in. We're in the top of the second, a scoreless ball game. Nettles hit a solo shot last night to give the Yankees a 6-5 lead in the 11th inning. And, of course, Luke Jones followed with his 4th home run of the year with 2 men on. Yankees winning their first game in overtime last night against the Tigers. Line right to the second baseman. Ames makes the play. 1 away. Nettles' first ball hitting. Here's Spencer. Spencer batting .213, 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Moving on deck is Bobby Brown. Pretty nice crowd here. They're still coming in. Inverted football field. Sinkers low and away, ball 1. Somebody told me they expected 40,000. I think they might have to stop around 30.
Yeah, unless they're jammed up at the turnstiles outside.
Fastball pulled down first baseline. Right there's John Mayberry. He'll take it himself. 2 up. 2 up, 2 down here in the second. That'll bring on Bobby Brown, the Yankee left fielder. Bobby Brown got his first Major League home run into the right field seats at Tiger Stadium last night in the 7th inning. Was his only base hit in the ball game. Pitch to Brown. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Bobby released by the Blue Jays. Picked up by the Yankees. The next pitch is swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes on Bobby Brown. 2 men out, nobody on base here in the second inning. A scoreless ball game. With that 1 base runner, Willie Randolph got on a error charge to Alfredo Griffin, the Blue Jay shortstop. But then Mercer bounced into a double play. Fastball just missed outside. A ball and 2 strikes on Brown. Bobby, a switch hitter and left-handed against Dave Steve, a right-hander. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball hit through the right side, base hit. And Brown will hold at first base. And Phil, if he can continue to wait on that curveball and hit it, he's going to be some kind of player.
Boy, he really is. And that was the best, especially with 2 strikes on him. And maybe he was kind of looking for it a little bit, but he still waited and drilled it between first and second.
Well, I'm sure he knows the Blue Jays are going to feed him a steady diet of breaking balls.
Mm-hmm.
So the rap on Bobby Brown when he was here was that he couldn't handle a breaking ball, so he can almost go in there and look. He's going to get 2 out every 3 pitches. Here's LaFay, Joe LaFay, left-handed batter, and the pitch. He tried to check it, couldn't strike 1. No score in the ball game. We're in the top of the second. 1 out, 1 on for the Yankees.
This is Joe LaFay's first Major League plate appearance.
Now the set. And the 0-1. Misses high and away. It's 1-1. Joe LaFay making his first Major League at-bat right here. He's strong. Here's the set. Throw to first base and Brown back. Just got back in time. The count, 1 ball, 1 strike on LaFay. Steve looks in for a sign. Throws to first base. Brown back again. Now Steve is ready. Brown's going. The pitch is swung on and pulled foul into the Yankee dugout. Grabbed there by Rupert Jones. And Brown will have to go back to first base. And the count runs 1 ball, 2 strikes on LaFay. On deck is Rick Cerrone, the catcher. Mayberry holding on Brown with 2 outs. Now the set. And the pitch. Brown going again. Pitch outside. Throw to second is high, and Bobby Brown has stolen a base. Bobby Brown with a good jump moving between first and second base. Has stolen his 5th base of the year. He's right behind Willie Randolph and Rupert Jones. And Bobby's only been up 53 times.
He is exciting.
Jones has been up 142 times. Randolph 133 times. So the count 2 balls, 2 strikes on LeFay. Here's the set. And the pitch. Swung on and pulled foul outside of first base. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. And once again, Steve gets a new ball. Gets a sign from Bob Davis, his catcher. Still looking. Now he starts up. Checks Brown at second. The 2-2 pitch. Too high. Ball 3. 3-2. A little tough when you throw your best fastball as pulled foul.
Really ripped foul.
LeFay with a quick bat runs you away from that fastball many times. He's trying to get him with the change. Now Steve's ready. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and foul tip held by Davis. That'll retire the side. No run for base hit. Brown left at second base. At the end of 1.5, the Yankees nothing, the Blue Jays nothing.
DePaula Chevrolet introduces the Professionals, an exciting and innovative sales team gathered under one banner. Tony DePaula's hand-picked staff are selling and servicing Chevrolet the 1980 way, with answers to your questions about mileage, performance, and that all-important backup service. The service department is staffed by factory-trained, experienced technicians, and they're open daily from 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Visit DePaula Chevrolet, 740 State Street, Schenectady, honoring all Chevrolet warranties. See them, listen to them, you'll buy them. DePaula Chevrolet.
Business people around the country are proud to be part of Junior Achievement. I've got a special job, and I'm sure proud to do it. I'm working every Wednesday night, and I learn so much through it. You see, I help kids set up a business of their own. I'm so proud to do it through JA. Hooray! And a little pride will go a long, long way.
We didn't know just how to start.
I showed them a corporation chart.
And now our sales are doing fine.
Hey, I wish their company were mine. We're so proud to do it through JA. Hooray! And a little pride will go a long, long way. The way to make their business grow is with some help from you, you know. Tomorrow's leaders are made today, and you can help to pave the way. You'll be proud to do it through JA. Hooray! And a little pride will go a long, long way.
Well, we're getting ready for the bottom of the second, and right now Reggie Jackson, who is out with a strained thigh muscle, doing a little bench jockeying with Otto Velez and John Mayberry. Scheduled to be the first 2 batters this inning. I tell you, Reggie was really holding court, Bill. He must have had 50 people around him explaining the strike possibility.
Well, I guess there are many. And Otto Velez steps in here against Mike Griffin. We're playing the bottom of the second, and Velez gets a hand here from the Blue Jay fans. He's having quite a year. Otto batting .350, 9 home runs, and he leads the American League with 29 runs batted in. Velez, a right-handed batter. The Yankees play him straight away with Brown deep in left. First pitch chopped to short. Nice hop for Bucky Dent. Fires across to Jim Spencer, and there's one away. Here's a fellow you mentioned, Bill, having a tough time getting started for the Blue Jays, John Mayberry.
He might be having it tough, but you make one mistake to him, and he can hit it 9 miles.
Well, he's batting .207, 6 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Big John coming from the Kansas City Royals to the Blue Jays. The Yankee outfield plays into full. So does the infield. In fact, Randolph is in short right. Fastball is a called strike. Bucky Dent playing in center field. Greg Nettles, the third baseman, is playing shortstop. Here's the 0-1 to John Mayberry. Low, it's 1-1. They kept tinkering with Mayberry's stance at Kansas City. They really got him upset, disoriented. 1-1 pitch to the left-handed hitter. Bounce towards second. Willie Randolph charging. He's got time, though. Throws off balance and got Mayberry. 2 outs. Willie had to go about 20 yards to get to that ball. He was playing out in right field. But, of course, Mayberry does not run that well. Here's Rick Bosetti, the center fielder for the Jays. Bosetti is a right-handed hitter, batting at .234, 2 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Yankees straighten up for him. Griffin's first pitch. Swung on and missed. No balls and a strike on Bosetti. Now, home plate umpire Don Dinkinger wants to look at the baseball. He walks halfway out to the mound and gives Mike Griffin another baseball. And throws that one out. 2 men out, nobody on base here in the second, a scoreless ball game. The Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays playing game number 1. Pitch low, it's 1-1. Tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow, Jim Clancy against Louis Tion. Saturday, Paul Mirabella, Ron Guidry. Sunday, Jesse Jefferson and Tommy John. Here's the 1-1 to Bosetti. Inside, 2 balls and a strike.
William, I wish you'd rephrase that statement you just made.
What'd I say?
You said, if there's a tomorrow.
If there's a game tomorrow.
Okay, that's a little better.
Oh,
there better be a tomorrow.
Here's the 2-1. Called strike, it's 2-2. Well, if you're a baseball fan.
Yeah. Could be sayonara.
Yeah. My first statement might be correct. If you love baseball that much. Here's a 2-2 to Bosetti. Swung on, bounce, knocked down by Griffin. He picks it up, throws the first base in time. That'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. At the end of 2, still no score, Yankees and the Blue Jays.
Muhammad Ali, the May issue of Newsweek's new magazine Inside Sports, is filled with the kind of inside information serious sports fans love to read.
Well, I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. How come there's nothing here about me?
I said inside information, Ollie. They already know about you, but they want to know which hustlers on the Rangers, Flyers, and Bruins may make the Stanley Cup difference. Will Mark Fidrich ever pitch again? And what Magic Johnson has done to fire up the Lakers?
Would you please, there's not one pitch of me in here, not one?
No, but there's some great pictures of the craziest coaches in the NBA. A terrific nostalgia centerfold of Joe DiMaggio. A candid report on Johnny Bench's off-the-field life. The first fan survey on whether the NFL officials should rely on instant replay for controversial calls. I tell you, Ollie, Inside Sports sure doesn't pull any punches.
I don't pull no punches either. Why my name's not in here?
Because with so many inside stories, we just didn't have room for you, champ. The May issue of Inside Sports on your newsstand now.
Say, here's your chance to get free Yankee tickets. Just send in 10 wrappers from Bitter Honey or O. Henry full-size bars and get a reserved seat ticket worth $5.50 free. That's right, free. Start saving wrappers from Bitter Honey and O. Henry bars today. Visit your local supermarket or candy store for details, or mail your wrappers with self-addressed stamped envelope to Free Yankee Tickets, Post Office Box 2709, Hillside, New Jersey, 07205. That's a familiar zip code. Post Office Box 2709, Hillside, New Jersey, 07205. All right, William, that's my zip code.
Rick Cerrone leads off here against Dave Steve. We're in the 3rd inning. A no score in the ball game. It'll be Cerrone, Bucky Dent, then back up top with Willie Randolph. And the first pitch to Cerrone is too high, ball 1. Cerrone having sort of homecoming here in Toronto. 1-0. Change is high, 2 balls, no strikes. Cerrone and Tommy Underwood were battery mates here last year. Now they're on the Yankees. 2-0 pitch. inside. Ball 3. 3-0. And the 3-0 delivery is outside. Ball 4. They walk Cerrone on 4 pitches.
Now 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
You're listening to Yankee Baseball on WROW Albany. Brought to you in part by DePaula Chevrolet, 740 State Street, Schenectady. DePaula is selling and servicing Chevrolet the 1980 way. DePaula Chevrolet, open daily from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
Bucky Dent, the batter. Cerrone on at first base with leadoff walk here in the 3rd inning. Bucky batting at .232, 3 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Pitch to Dent. Called strike. Yankees no runs on 1 base hit. The Blue Jays no runs and no base hit. Bobby Brown has the only base hit in the ball game so far. He got a curveball and drilled it through the right side. The 0-1 to Dent. Popped up, foul territory, first base side. Over there's Mayberry. Can't get to it. 2 rows back. 2 strikes on Dent. On deck is Willie Randolph. Blue Jays set up looking for 2. Well, Baylor's at third baseman. Alfredo Griffin, the shortstop. As Dent takes low, Danny Ainge playing at second, and John Mayberry holding Cerrone at first. Al Woods in left, Rick Posetti in the center, and Barry Bunnell in right. Here's the 1-2. Bucky Dent takes high. It's 2-2. Everybody checking out third base coach Mike Ferraro for a sign. And the 2-2 pitch to Dent. He checked his swing, took it low, and the count is full, 3-2. Steve didn't like that call. He thought Dent might have gone too far, but full count on Bucky Dent with nobody out here in the 3rd. And once again, Rick Cerrone checks with Mike Ferraro at third base for a sign. He's off first. The set by Steve. Cerrone's going. The pitch is swung on a miss. Go down to second and bobbled by the second baseman, Alfredo Griffin. And Rick Cerrone has stolen a base. Ball is in the 3rd. Griffin tried to short hop it, and tag Cerrone could not. So Rick Cerrone has stolen a base as Bucky Dent strikes out. And for Cerrone, that's his first stolen base of the year. He had been caught twice previously. So Cerrone down at second, 1 away, and Willie Randolph the batter. Yankees' second stolen base of this ball game. Randolph takes the strike. Willie has a 6-game hitting streak going. He got on an error by the shortstop, Alfredo Griffin, leading off the ball game for the Yankees, but was cut down when Bobby Mercer bounced into a double play, started by Steve, the pitcher. Here's a set. The 1-strike pitch. He fakes a bunt, takes low, 1-1. Steve working quickly. Griffin sneaking in behind Cerrone. Throw there is not in time. In fact, Griffin dropped the ball. Good throw by Steve right on the bag. But Griffin had to reach around Cerrone and dropped it. The count still 1 ball and 1 strike on Willie Randolph. With Cerrone down at second base, 1 out in the 3rd inning. Now Willie Randolph backs out. Time call. And he gets back in. Steve sets. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off the right side. 1-2.
Looks like a bug flew in Billy's ear. He's having problems.
Yankees won the season series last year against the Blue Jays. They won 9, lost 4 to the Blue Jays. They won 4 of 6 here at Exhibition Stadium. As Steve sets and checks. Here's the 1-2 to Randolph. Inside, 2-2. In the 3 years the Blue Jays have been in existence, the Yankees have beaten them 29 times and lost to them 14 times. Now Griffin trying to sneak in behind Cerrone as Steve sets. 2-2 to Randolph. Swung on, bounced to first base. Mayberry has it. He'll take it himself as Cerrone goes to third. So there's 2 outs. And Bobby Mercer is the Yankee batter. They announced Willie Randolph as the batter here. Mercer sort of pointed up to the PA announcer. And the correction was made. Steve sets and deals to Mercer. And he takes high, ball 1. They're about the same height. One ball, no strikes on Mercer. Bobby with a home run, 4 runs batted in this year. Batting at 183. Here's the set. 1-0 pitch. In there, called strike, it's 1-1. Rupert Jones kneeling in the on-deck circle for the Yankees. Pitches it on a ground second base. Over quickly, Ames digs it out, throws on the first base. They've got Mercer by a step, and that'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, a walk, a man left on base after 2.5 innings of play. The Yankees nothing, the Blue Jays nothing.
Before or after a night at the movies, nothing goes better than a Big Dom sub.
Big Dom subs are monstrously delicious.
I'll drink to that.
With milk, soda, lemonade, and iced tea.
In that case, make me a Big Dom's double.
Okay, you're a Big Dom's double with plenty of assorted sliced coconut. Big Dom subs, delicious at the drive-in. Or for a quick, complete summer supper, right, sweetheart?
Who you calling sweetheart?
Big Dom subs go great anytime. 35 delicious varieties for little appetites or big ones.
You've got a lot of good living ahead, so just do what the doctor has said. For the others who want you around, you've got to keep that high blood pressure down.
This is Ed Asner. If you have high blood pressure, don't take chances. Take your pills, watch your weight, cut down on salt. Do whatever your doctor prescribes. High blood pressure can't be cured, but it can be controlled. The only way to control your high blood pressure is to stay on your complete program. Don't follow one part of the treatment and not another. And don't think your high blood pressure will just go away. Follow your treatment every day, no matter how you feel. Remember, you can't take care of high blood pressure now and then. High blood pressure, treat it and live.
Do it for yourself and all the loved ones in your life.
The National High Blood Pressure Education Program.
Barry Bonnell will lead off against Mike Griffin here in the 3rd inning, a scoreless ball game going. Bonnell batting at 202, 4 home runs and 21 runs batted in. He's a right-handed hitter. Pops the first pitch over toward the Yankee dugout. Over quickly, Jim Spencer makes the catch in foul territory. 1 away. Bonnell got jammed, fouling out to Spencer. A lot of first ball hitting tonight.
Yes, there is.
Here's Danny Ainge, the second baseman. Ainge, a right-handed hitter. Pretty good basketball player. In fact, he left the Blue Jays last year to make his basketball club. Pitch to him is a call strike to Brigham Young. Averaging double figures there, close to 20 points a game. The 0-1 pitch to Ainge. Check swing, low, it's 1-1. He's a guy who said Major League hitting's easy. When he was hitting, but then he ended up a little bit low. 1-1 pitch is a called strike 2 on Danny Ainge. Ainge hit Yankee pitching well last year, though. It's .320 against the Yankees. The 1-2 pitch is a called strike 3. Caught him looking good knee-high fastball on the inside corner. 2 outs. Second strikeout for Mike Griffin. Here's Bob Davis, the Blue Jay catcher. 196 hitter, no home runs, 2 runs batted in, hits right-handed. Yogi Berra trying to move the Yankee outfielders toward right field. Pitch to Davis, hit to left. Going back is Bobby Brown near the warning track, makes the play. That'll do it for the Blue Jays. 3 up and 3 down, 9 in a row for Mike Griffin. At the end of 3, the Yankees nothing, the Blue Jays nothing.
You're listening to the surf on a hot 80-degree day on the wide white sands of Miami Beach. To a tennis ball pounded across the net at one of Miami Beach's 400 sunny courts. To the wildlife of the mysterious Everglades, an exotic side trip just hours away. To a flamenco guitar in a Spanish restaurant in Miami's Little Havana. Now you can experience it all in person, because now Eastern Airlines has low discount fares to Miami and Miami Beach. Come see Miami like a native, and come play on Miami Beach, the island that lets you go places. Call your travel agent or Eastern Airlines to plan the vacation that lets you do it all. Fly Eastern to Miami and Miami Beach. And hear it in person.
Great news for Yankee fans. Now you can get an official Yankee autographed baseball at a very special value. The same autographed baseball is sold at Yankee Stadium for a much higher price. Look for the easy details on this terrific money-saving offer printed on the back of every Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink bottle label. Send for your official Yankee autographed baseball now during this special money-saving offer. And for great taste, fun, and refreshment, try Yoo-Hoo, America's #1 chocolate soft drink from Iroquois Brands. Quickly on the scoreboard, Detroit at Baltimore. The Tigers lead 1-0, end of an inning and a half. Petrie against McGregor, and Steve Kemp got his 5th homer of the year for the only run in that game. California at Texas, Oakland at Kansas City later on. Houston playing the Mets in New York. It'll be Necro against Bombach, just getting underway. San Diego at Pittsburgh a little later on, and that's it. Here there's no score in the top of the 4th as Rupert Jones gets the pitch, gets away from Bob Davis, rolls back to the screen, ball 1. Rupert bounced back to the box his first time up. Now the games start here at 7:30, and it's still a lot of daylight here in Toronto. And this is a beautiful city. Clean, safe city. Dave Steve, changeup way outside. He stumbled as he delivered that pitch. It's 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch, bouncing ball to second. Ainge up with it just barely. End of his glove, throws him out. So a little bit of white, but he made a nice play going to his left. And now Greg Nettles, who lined Ainge at second base his first time up. I guess ball players are a little confused, along with us up in the booth, Frank, about what's going on.
Yes, I'm sure they are. One thing, they've been told to stay around until afternoon tomorrow.
That's right. They had all packed their luggage. Most of them have made early morning flights back home. The changeup outside. 2 balls, no strike.
You know, it's still hard for me to believe that there could be a cessation of our national pastime. It really is. It's hard to believe.
It really is.
The last time it happened, it was at the beginning of the season and didn't have quite as much impact.
I mean, folks are just settling into a routine now, and with hockey just about over, it's going to be hard to see which season ends first, the hockey season or the baseball season.
The Islanders playing the Flyers tonight in what could be the final game of the Stanley Cup. High outside, 3-1 to Nettles. One out, nobody on, and no score. It's been a real pitching duel. There's only been one hit in the ball game, and that by the Yankees' Bobby Brown. He blinds, and his pitch. Did he check it? No, it ticked his bat. 3-2.
There's only been one put out in the outfield so far. Everything's been hit on the ground. The line drive by Nettles and the line drive to Bobby Brown by Bob Davis.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's strikeout number 3 for Dave Steve. And it brings up Jim Spencer, who bounced out to first base his first time up. Steve has won 4, lost 1 this year. And the pitch to Spencer. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Kid Steve is only 22 years old.
And a big kid. He rocks back. Fastball bounced to first. Mayberry's got it. Wheels throws to Steve, covering in time. Mayberry stretched out that big right arm. Snared it. 3 up, 3 down again. The end of 3.5. Yankees nothing, the Blue Jays nothing.
Everyone wants the new Hondas, and Rensselaer Chrysler Plymouth Honda has them on the lot now, with over 40 more arriving this month. Yes, that's right. Rensselaer Chrysler Plymouth Honda will have over 40 Preludes, Accords, and Civics on the lot for immediate delivery. And if you don't find exactly what you want, Rensselaer Chrysler Plymouth Honda will get it for you fast. No 2 or 3 month wait. You can have your new Honda Accord, Prelude, or Civic now because you're dealing with the best. And don't worry about financing. They have up to 4-year terms available for as low as 12.68 annual percentage rate for qualified credit customers. And now, Rensselaer Chrysler Plymouth Honda has the full line of 1980 Honda motorcycles. The spring delivery of the beautiful new Honda bikes is here on the lot. With personal transportation needs changing so quickly, high-mileage, low-cost motorcycles are a money-saving alternative. If you're looking for an economy car or the most up-to-date selection of motorbikes, Rensselaer Chrysler Plymouth Honda has it all now. 1 mile east of Troy on Route 7.
We've got 30 seconds to convince you to counter crime.
Okay? Count your blessings. All those things you work so hard to acquire.
Now know that there are criminals who want to take those things away from you. Don't let them.
Instead, let the Exchange Clubs of America send you a free booklet that tells you how to stop them.
Send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Counter Crime, Box 2672, Toledo, Ohio, 43606.
One more time now. Count your blessings.
Counter Crime.
Convinced?
scoreless ball game here in Toronto. Right-hander Mike Griffin has retired the first 9 batters in a row, so he'll start off at the top of the order, Phil.
All right, Alfredo Griffin was thrown out on a pretty play by Willie Randolph first time up. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. Nettles way in at third. Bobby Brown moved over near the foul line in left field and very shallow. Jones slightly over in left center, and Joe LaFay over in right center. And the pitch hit up the middle. That's the only spot they didn't have covered. And he hit it right through the middle of first hit of the ball game for Toronto. And their first base runner in the ball game, the batter now Bob Baylor, who bounced back to the box.
I was a little disappointed. I had hoped to see Damaso Garcia play this ball game tonight, but he was scratched from the starting lineup because he has an injured finger on his right hand.
The youngster having a fine season, too, Frank. He's just coming along. Throw to first. And Griffin back. Griffin, good base runner. Another throw. He has stolen 6 bases, but he's been caught 5 times, which is a little unusual. He's leading away. Another quick throw, and he's back. So both pitchers paying a lot of attention to the runners that do get on first, though there haven't been that many.
Griffin last year stole 21 bases, but he was caught 16 times.
Oh, that is not a good percentage.
No.
Another quick throw, and he's back.
Good percentage. You got to steal, 2 for every 1 time you're thrown out?
I would think a little better than that.
Even better, yeah. Okay.
The stretch. And the runner's going. The ball is bounced in the hole. Perfect hit and run. Griffin will go to third. Bobby Brown up. Quick throw to third. Not in time, and going to second base is Baylor. That was not a good play by Bobby Brown that time. Play was right in front of him. Had no chance to get Griffin, who was speedy. So the hit and run was worked to perfection as the ball was pitched, and the runner going, Bucky Dent, broke over to second base, and Baylor just punched the ball through the vacated shortstop spot.
I tell you, watching that Griffin run the bases, I can't understand what he was doing between second and third. He came into third base from the left field side of the bag.
He did, and how about the ball he hit to Willie Randolph? Last year, he beats that out easily for a base hit.
Yes.
So the Blue Jays now with a big threat going. Runners at second and third. Baylor went to second on the throw to third. And Al Woods, the batter, he struck out his first time up. Yankee infield on the left side is in, on the right side is back. Griffin winds, and the pitch is hit high and deep to right field. LaFay going back to the wall. That ball is off the wall. Nice back up by Rupert. Jones saves the run. Jones played the hop off the wall up beautifully and fired it in. A long double to right field. Only 1 run scores. The Blue Jays lead 1-0, and they have runners at second and third.
I'll tell you, LaFay made a good play on the ball. He didn't play the ball, but he went back and looked good doing it. He went back as far as he could, reached out with one hand to feel for the fence, then jumped, but the ball was just too high for him to catch. And as you said, Rupert Jones made an excellent backup.
All right, here is the man who leads the American League in RBIs, Otto Velez. He bounced too short his first time up. Griffin into the windup, and the pitch to Velez. Bouncing ball is Dent. They hold the runner at third. They throw to third, and he's out. Holy cow, did he score that quick? And I don't blame the whole Toronto bench for coming out. Bucky threw the ball. Nettles made a great play as his back was to the runner. He just caught the ball and swept his left hand down. And they called him out at third base.
I'll tell you, I don't blame Jimmy Williams, the third base coach, for arguing that call, Phillips. You said, and Bobby Maddock has gone out there to argue it.
No, I have to agree with you, Frank. Bucky caught the ball, and I was surprised he threw to third. But the Yankees get a break as he's called out by Greg Cost. So there's one away. Runners at first and second. And the batter will be John Mayberry. Mayberry bounced to second base his first time up. Blue Jays lead 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Griffin set. And the pitch outside, ball one. Rick Possetti on deck. Runners lead at first and second. And a drive to left center field, but Bobby Brown is under it. He lost it momentarily, came in, makes the catch. The runners hold, 2 men out. And now Rick Possetti, who hit back to the box his first time up. So if the Yankees get out of this inning with just the 1 run being scored, they can consider themselves lucky. Griffin kicks, and his pitch a little outside, ball one. On deck, Barry Bonnell. Lights are on here. They have not taken effect yet. Fastball is high, 2-0. Two out and 2 on here in the bottom of the fourth. And the pitch is swinging a foul back. 2 balls and a strike. And Griffin doesn't like that ball, wants another one. For some reason, it looks like Possetti is not swinging like he did last year. Runners lead away. And the pitch, strike call, 2-2.
First time we've seen the Blue Jays. You mentioned the running of Alfredo Griffin, the swinging of Possetti. Perhaps there's some different teaching going on.
Could be with their new manager, with whom you had a very interesting interview, Frank Messer.
Very interesting man. He started in the Yankee organization. Not as a player, but as a scout.
Uh-huh. A one-hopper to Willie Randolph. He flips the dent for the fourth play. So that's it for the Blue Jays, but they do pick up a run on 3 base hits. No errors and 2 men left, and at the end of 4, Toronto won, the Yankees nothing.
For being on the job and working hard all day. This bus for you. You know that nothing less than that can make it all the way. This bus for you. Yes, here's to you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. This bus for you. Because it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. This bus for you.
Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This bus for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through. For all you do, this bus for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
From space-age technology comes polyglycol. Polyglycol pasteurizing sealant penetrates deep into your automobile finish. You may never need wax your car again. Our textile sealant and vinyl shield coat and protect. Polyglycol rust-proofing is laboratory tested, guaranteed for the life of your new car. Polyglycol sound shield helps provide a quieter ride. Polyglycol space-age products now available at new car dealers, and Polyglycol introduces a new line of car care products designed to restore your used car to that new car look.
What's Robin Scooter's? Well, Scooter, the official newspaper of the New York Yankees, is now available. Published every 2 weeks during the season. Yankees Magazine brings in-depth profiles and interviews, up-to-date statistics, color photos of your favorite players, the latest information on the up-and-coming Yankee stars in the minor leagues. And I'll tell you how to get your subscription started in just a minute.
All right, Frank, and Bobby Brown, who has the only Yankee hit, strike one, he couldn't check his swing on the first pitch.
To start your subscription, send a check or money order for $15.95 to this address. Yankee Magazine, 420 Madison Avenue, New York, New York, 10017.
That's it, Frank. Pitch out. Whoop, outside corner. Nothing in two.
I tell you, folks are saying, well, $15.95, but listen to this. You get 20 issues per year for that $15.95. And that address again, 420 Madison Avenue, New York, New York, 10017. New York Yankees Magazine.
All right, a lot of sports information in that. The two-strike pitch to Bobby Brown. Just outside, a ball and two strikes. Steve has got a good live arm. He rocks back. And the pitch line to right field, and moving back is Bonnell, and makes the catch against the wall. I said I don't know whether he lost that ball the moment it left the bat, Frank, but he had his problem, still made the catch.
He really did, but he stayed with it, and he made the catch, and that's the bottom line. He didn't look that graceful. I think you're right. I think he lost it for just a moment. Right now, let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Home of Champions radio network.
Don't miss a second of the action. Keep tuned to WROW, Albany.
All right, Joe LaFay, who last time was up for his first big league at-bat and struck out against Gabe, takes the strike. Kind of root for a guy, no matter what team he's with, first time up in the big leagues, hit one out of the park, get in the record book with several others. That pitch outside, 1-1. LaFay was having a tremendous year with Columbus, Yankees' top farm team. And the changeup outside, 2-1. On deck, Rick Cerrone. Toronto out in front, 1-0. The fastball is on the inside corner. Kind of like a slingshot on that pitch. Two and two the count. Steve winds and a bounce to the first base. Big John Mayberry up, will run to the bag. 2 men out, the unassisted putout. And now Rick Cerrone, who walked and stole his first base of the year last time up.
I talk about LaFay and rooting for a home run and so forth. The Yankees have only had one player in their history to hit a home run in his first major league at bat, and I feel sure you saw it.
I did. I think the kid's name was Miller, right?
Right, John Miller.
John Miller, and it's strange you never heard of him after that. Pitch to Cerrone, hits the inside corner, strike one call. Steve winds, and the ground ball hit up the middle, a base hit. I tell you, Cerrone went way down and out to hit that ball one-handed, but with the artificial turf, it skipped right out to center field. That's the second base hit for the Yankees. And the batter now, Bucky Dent, who struck out his first time up. Blue Jays 1, Yankees nothing in the top of the 5th inning. And still a lot of daylight here in Toronto. There's a foul to the right side, back into the crowd, out of play.
Toronto is very far west to be on Eastern time. That's why it's still so bright here, just like Detroit. Detroit's what, the westernmost major city to remain on Eastern time?
On Eastern time, right. You get even more daylight there than you do here. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't, because it's tough to get the little kids in bed when they see it's still light out.
You know, when I was a kid, I hated daylight saving time for that reason.
That's right. The pitch, he checked his swing, it's inside. 1-1.
Of course, they made me go to bed, and I'd slip out the window.
Oh, what are you and Huckleberry Finn? Yeah. That's right. I couldn't get out the window. There's a bounce to the third base. Taylor up, goes to second for the fourth play. So the Yankees are retired. No runs. They hit. No errors. A man left. At the end of 4.5, Toronto 1 and the Yankees nothing.
Hello, this is Henry Fonda. I want to talk to you about something that's been going on in this country for 15 years. It's VISTA, Volunteers in Service to America. Born 15 years ago, VISTA has grown up to become a working part of America. For a lot of people, it's been the first real opportunity to have a voice in making decisions that affect their lives. Today, 5,000 volunteers are working on 1,000 projects all across America, from inner-city development to rural cooperatives to projects to promote energy conservation. VISTA volunteers are helping to find innovative solutions to problems that face America's poor. You may not need VISTA, but VISTA may need you. Call toll-free 800-424-8580. Happy birthday, VISTA. For 15 years, you've been helping to make a good place better.
Marge, this is the 31st summer we've camped out here.
Did you hear that?
When I retire next year, I'd like to get a big blue camper.
I see a shadow over there.
It'll be the life. Everyone has a different idea on how to spend their retirement. That's why there's direct deposit. Get your Social Security or other government checks sent straight to your personal account, so you can go straight to wherever you enjoy being most and know your money's safe and sound. In 2 months, we're going to be camping at the bottom of Skeleton Ravine.
Father Bear's in New Jersey.
Sign up for direct deposit. A message of the U.S. Treasury and this station.
Well, we have a late report from Philadelphia with about 8 minutes left to go in the first period. The Islanders have a 1-0 lead over the Flyers. And if the Islanders win tonight, of course, hockey season will be all over, and the Islanders will be the Stanley Cup champions.
All right, go Islanders. The Yankees had a big sign atop Yankee Stadium. Didn't even advertise the game being played the last week. Everything was go Islanders. Right now, Barry Bonnell takes the strike on the outside corner. Bonnell popped to first his first time up. Blue Jays leading 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Mike Griffin on the mound looking for his first win, and that pitch low and outside, 1-1. Got a beautiful view of downtown Toronto from here, Frank.
Oh, yes.
The CN Tower. Looks like you could reach out and touch it right near Lake Ontario. And that pitch is low, 2-1.
How did you know that was Lake Ontario?
I had to ask somebody, but I can't even name the 5 Great Lakes. I knew there's Lake Erie, Lake Michigan, Lake Ontario, Lake Huron, and the 5th one, high bouncer, and Bucky Dent gets it, flips to first, and they get Bonnell by a step. One away. Come on, Frank, don't come back. I got a mental block again.
Lake Superior.
Superior. That's not the one in back of Cleveland Stadium.
No, that's Lake Erie.
Lake Erie. What is that in back of?
Lake Erie?
No. You just told me what that was in back of. All right, the pitch to Dan Ainge's high ball one.
Ever seen that big sign in Cleveland down by the waterfront? Says, "Help, I'm dying." Signed Lake Erie.
Oh, yeah. Very clever. All right, Mike Griffin delivers to Ainge, and it's over. Strike called, 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out. And a foul back and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes.
When you were playing ball, didn't the Yankees take one trip by boat for a ball?
Yes, we did.
From Cleveland to Detroit?
To Detroit.
Right.
And I was seasick for about 6.5 hours. Oh, that was awful. Pitch is low and outside, 2-2. And in those days, with a covered wagon, there was no air conditioning, nothing. The 2-2 delivery. Line to left field, and fair ball bounces off the wall. Brown has it, fires it in a third. And I tell you, Ainge went down and drilled a one-hopper off the left field wall for a double.
Danny Ainge was a kid that had to make his mind up, make a decision between baseball and basketball.
Yeah, I understand he had an outstanding year with Brigham Young after he left the Blue Jays to go back to school.
A few years ago, they couldn't have done that. Then they changed the ruling so you could still play as an amateur in one sport and a professional in another.
That's right. I think that's great.
I do, too.
He must be an outstanding basketball player.
He is.
Bob Davis flying to left first time up. And pops it up. Jim Spencer at first base. Backing up. And makes the catch in fair territory, 2 men out. And the batter now, Alfredo Griffin, who was robbed of a base hit on a fine play by Randolph in the first, and then single to center, and he scored the game's only run in the 4th inning. So Danny Ainge down at second base. Griffin choking well up on the bat. And the curve brushes him back, ball 1.
I'll tell you how good a basketball player that Danny Ainge was before the 1978-79 season. Sports Illustrated named him as one of their 10 super sops.
No kidding?
Yep.
All right. How tall is he, Frank? The curve is fouled back 1-1.
He's 6'4". He's not overly tall for a basketball player these days. 6'4", 175 pounds.
Yep. A ball and a strike, 2 men out. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ainge, big lead off second. And the pitch by Griffin just outside, 2-1.
Ainge's high school out in Oregon had a record of 52 wins and 1 loss in 2 seasons.
While he was there, huh?
While he was there.
Hard to beat. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. All right, the stretch by Griffin. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Griffin gets out of the jam. That's his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left at the end of 5. It's the Blue Jays 1, the Yankees nothing.
It's been a long, long time and a whole lot of places, breaking records and winning the races. Searching and searching, we've come a long, long way. That's why you can rely so much on golf today. Golf, golf, golf. Try with experience. Golf, golf. Try with experience.
In 1968, we put regular Gulf products into a racing car. It became the only car ever to win Le Mans twice. That experience helped us make products that are tougher, more reliable, even products that can save you gas. So when you want to go a long way, come to Gulf and get products that have been there.
Look who switched to natural light and take is why you switch.
Nick Manabani, the nameless linebacker. You switched to Natural Light. Darn it, Connie. Nice switch because Natural Light's taste doesn't fumble around. You'll make a name for yourself yet, Macaroni.
Why you switch to Natural Light. Taste is why you switch. Taste is why you switch.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
All right, Willie Randolph leads off for the Yankees, who trail by a run here in the top of the 6th. Willie has reached on an error and bounced to first. And the pitch is high. The count now on Randolph, 3 balls and a strike. So Steve walks back towards second. He has allowed just 2 base hits. The 3-1 pitch inside, and Willie Randolph gets another base on balls. And for Willie this year, that's his 27th walk, by far the most of any Yankee player. That'll bring up Bobby Mercer, who bounced into a double play and bounced to second. So the Yankees now with a chance to get something going. Nothing but left-hand batters coming up after Randolph. Quick throw to first. Willie gets back. Good move by Dave Stieb. By the way, Stieb's name is spelled S-T-I-E-B. He's won 4 and lost 1 this year. Comes to the belt. And the pitch to Bobby Mercer is over. Strike one call. Well, thank you, Frank Messer. Quick throw to first. Randolph has to dive back head first. I hope this is not the last cup of coffee that you can bring me for the 1980 season.
Well, I certainly hope not, too.
All right.
But in the meantime, enjoy it.
The 0-1 pitch is outside, 1-1. Randolph leads off first. Quick throw by Steve, and Willie has to jump back head first again. Good quick move. All right, Steve toes the rubber. Mercer digging in. Another quick throw, though. Willie has to slide head first.
I like this Steve, the way he handles himself on the mound. He looks like a good pitcher. He has an idea. Has a good move over to first base.
He does. All right, he's ready. There goes Willie. The ball is bounced through the vacated shortstop spot, and Willie, for some reason, stopped at second. Perfect hit-and-run play executed by Randolph and Mercer. Bobby just slapped the ball. Griffin that time had broken over to the bag.
I'll tell you, the Yankees went to school on Alfredo Griffin and Bob Baylor in the 4th inning. Same type plays.
Absolutely. So this is the first time in the ball game the Yankees have had more than one man on in any innings. And they've got first and second, nobody out, and Rupert Jones, the batter. Rupert bounced back to the box and bounced to second base. Blue Jays leading 1-0, but the Yankees threatening in the top of the 6th. Stretched by the right-hander. And the pitch to Jones, strike one call. Steve to the belt. Fastball is high, 1-1. Toronto off to a great start, and they're drawing real well. The set. And the pitch hit foul to the left side and back out of play. Ball and 2 strikes.
Not counting tonight's game, they've had 266,843 at home this year, averaging just under 17,000 a game.
All right. People love their sports up here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curve foul. Got the curve ball up, and Rupert sliced it down the left field line back into the seats. Mercer at first, Randolph at second. Nobody out. Stretched by Steve. And the pitch a little bit low. Ooh, Steve wanted that one. It's 2-2.
It appears when Steve is in trouble, he goes to the fastball.
Yes, he does.
I think you'll see the Yankee hitters maybe laying back looking for it.
He started a stretch and stepped back off the rubber. Wants to recheck the sign. So Jones steps back.
The way Randolph takes his lead at second base, he gets back behind the sliding pitch. Get both feet on the carpet.
Good idea. And now time is called again. There's a light shining up into the pitcher's eyes. somewhere in one of the booths, I'll be listening to the fans yelling, "Turn that light off."
Well, what could be, unless perhaps one of the TV stations is doing a filming episode or something out here. I don't know that that's what it is, and I'm just trying to look out the window, and I can't see it.
Surprised that the pitcher would be the one bothered by it.
I have an idea perhaps a TV station is doing a man and the fan in the stands type show tonight.
That could very well be. But a lot of questions to be asked and answered. The pitch is hit down the left field line, but curving foul and out of play deep in the left field corner. Still 2-2 on Rupert, and still no one out. Runners at first and second. Toronto leads 1-0. Top of the sixth. Big right-hander comes to the belt. And it's high outside. 3-2.
What are you going to do now? Start your runners? Nobody out?
I would. Randolph, an excellent base runner at second base. Trying to get a little bigger lead. They don't go, and the swing and a miss, strike three. Foul tip held by Davis. Well, it's a good thing they didn't listen to me. That would have been a double play, and that's the fourth strikeout for Steve. And now Greg Nettles, who lined to second and struck out. It was in a jam, but he came through. All right, ready to go. And the pitch to Nettles, outside, ball one.
This kid Steve was the 106th choice in the June 1978 free agent draft.
How do you like that?
He looks like a good pitcher.
He sure does. He's set. And an off-speed pitch outside. He hasn't gotten that change over yet. He's thrown it about 5 or 6 times. 2 balls, no strikes.
Say, Steve pitched in 3 leagues last year, the Florida State, the International, and the American. And he was second on the Toronto club in wins with 8.
How do you like that? Sure moved up in a hurry. That pitch is hit in the air to left field, but right there, Al Woods, who makes the catch, and Randolph retreats to second, 2 men out. Now Jim Spencer, who twice has bounced to John Mayberry at first base.
Now, Phil, it's refreshing to come into this ballpark for another reason, too. The polite applause of the fans.
Yes, so different.
It's almost as if they're watching a stage production.
Right. Night at the Symphony. All right, Spencer the batter. And the pitch is a little bit high, ball one. Danny Ainge playing deep at second base, short right field. Alfredo Griffin playing in back of the white line. And the pitch to Spencer is a strike, 1-1.
That Ainge is probably playing as deep as any second baseman I've seen all year.
He really is. Of course, you can get away with it on this artificial turf. Ball gets to you fast enough. And the pitch outside, 2-1. Now, night is falling, and those white birds are coming out. Did we ever find out what kind they were? The pitch is outside, 3-1.
I'll tell you one thing, they're not Canadian geese.
Oh, no.
Toronto birds.
All right.
Blue Jays.
No, they're all white. 3 balls and a strike, 2 out. Runners at first and second, lead away. Steve kicks. The pitch, ball 4. The bases are loaded. And they're loaded for Bobby Brown, who has hit the ball hard twice. First time up, he singled and stole a base. And the second time up in the 5th inning, he pinned Barry Bonnell to the right field wall. So bases loaded, 2 out, and the Yanks trail by 1.
Is there such a thing as a lake gull?
You know, there could be. We'll check that out. All 3 runners lead away. Pitch to Brown. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Brown asking the plate umpire if the pitch might have been a little low. Again, Steve sets, not taking the windup. Fastball hit in the air to right center field. Going back hard is Bassetti and makes a one-hand catch deep in right center field. So the Yankee threat goes by the boards. No runs, a hit, no errors, 3 men left. And at the end of 5.5, Blue Jays 1, Yankees nothing.
When people come into CVS Pharmacy for the first time, it's probably because of our prescription prices. And what keeps people coming back?
I've been very impressed with CVS Pharmacy's prices, but it's your pharmacist, Frank Emerson, that makes me so loyal to CVS. He always takes the time to explain the prescription to me and answer my questions. I appreciate that even more than whatever money I save, and that's saying a lot.
Well, you know, that's good to hear, because at CVS Pharmacy, we believe that our greatest asset is our CVS pharmacist, and we know it's important to be able to talk with your pharmacist. So we're one drugstore that doesn't build walls between you and your pharmacist. He or she is right there to help you.
He always takes the time to explain the prescription to me and answer my questions.
And, of course, whatever money you save doesn't hurt either.
You'll feel better when you see what you say. That's You've got a lot of good living ahead. So just do what the doctor has said. For the others who want you around, you've got to keep that high blood pressure down.
This is it, Asner. Your blood pressure goes up if you stop your treatment. So see your doctor. You can get back on treatment and bring that pressure down. High blood pressure. Treat it and live.
Do it for yourself and all the loved ones in your life.
The National High Blood Pressure Education Program.
Some of our pregame guests received a gift from Shannon, the Lightmatic 110 Ultra Compact Camera with built-in flash that takes big, beautiful pictures anytime, any place. Shannon quality photography for the 80s. Others received gifts from U.S. Tobacco, the maker of Copenhagen Stole and Happy Days, the smokeless tobacco. As Bobby Mercer says, with smokeless tobaccos, a pinch is all it takes.
All right, Frank. And the batter is Bob Baylor, who was hit to the box in singles, and he takes the ball. Mike Griffin winds, and the pitch is bounced to short. Nice bounce to Bucky Dent. Throws him out, 1 away. And let's take 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
Share all the excitement of Yankee baseball. Stay with us. WROW Albany.
All right, Al Woods, the batter. Woods has struck out and doubled. He has driven in the only run of this ball game. Double high off the right field wall. And at the end of 1 full period in Philadelphia, it's the Islanders 1 and the Flyers nothing. Here's Griffin's pitch to Woods, an overhand curve down low, ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch high, 2-0.
Rizzuto, after many, many arduous seconds of breathtaking research,
yes,
I have discovered that the birds we see are indeed seagulls.
No, we mentioned everything but seagulls. Oh, there's very small seagulls, though.
Well, there's very small C here.
That's the strike. 2-1. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 6th. And the Blue Jays still leading 1-0. Griffin kicks, delivers a line drive, and LaFay digging it by him. Off the wall, LaFay plays it off the wall, but no chance to get Woods at second base. His second double. That time up the alley in right center field.
Kid Albus Woods is having quite a year for the Blue Jays. Albus started the game hitting .377.
Ooh. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Here's Otto Velez. Otto has bounced to short twice. The Woods at second with one out. And Otto has to duck back out of the way of a high, tight fastball.
That was Woods' 31st base hit and 7th double. He has hit 5 homers and has 18 runs batted in.
Well, I'll say that's some kind of start. Now the 1-0 delivery. High ball 2-0. Griffin to the belt. His pitch is a one-hopper nice play by Nettles. Boy, that was a bullet, and he throws him out. 2 gone. And now Big John Mayberry, who bounced the second fly to left. Cerrone going out to tell Griffin first base is open, even though Big John's in a slump.
On the scoreboard quickly, Phil, Baltimore leads Detroit 2-1 at the end of 5. California, Texas 1-1 at the end of 1. Oakland failed to score. Kansas City is batting in the first. The Astros and the Mets are tied 1-1 at the end of 2 at Shea. And it's Pittsburgh 4, San Diego nothing at the end of 4.5 in an abbreviated Major League schedule tonight.
All right, here's Big John. They overshift on him. And the pitch to Mayberry outside, ball 1. Rick Bossetti on deck. Griffin checks the runner, Al Woods, at second. And his pitch is outside, ball 2-0. So their strategy to keep the ball away from Mayberry. And even if they do walk him. Here's the 2-0 pitch, way outside, ball 3-0. And now Cerrone looks in.
Down in the Yankee bullpen, Ron Davis is loosening up. They're going to put him on with the last pitch.
All right, intentional walk, even though only one pitch is intentional. And that's the first walk given up by Griffin in the ball game. And the batter, Rick Bossetti, who hit to the box and bounced to second. All right, Griffin ready to pitch to Bossetti. And the curve is low, ball 1. Mayberry at first, Woods at second. And the pitch to Bossetti, a bouncing ball is short. Sent flips to Randolph for the 4th play. No runs, a base hit, no errors, and 2 men left. And at the end of 6, it's Toronto 1 and the Yankees nothing.
And now a special salute to all the great taverns and bars who play our ball games for their customers. This Bud's for you.
This Bud's for you. For being on the job and working hard all day. So here's to you. For all you do. The king of beers is coming through. This Bud's for you.
Yeah, you run the place where the gang gets together to have a few laughs and catch the ball game. Where they enjoy a few rounds along with the hits, runs, and errors. So pour yourself a cold Bud. And keep pouring for those thirsty fans.
For all you do.
St. Louis.
How's she doing, Benny?
Not good, Mr. C. It's her transmission.
But, Benny, when you showed me the car, you said you could handle any problem.
Yeah, but a transmission is complicated.
Where is she?
We took her apart.
What did you find out?
But we can't put her back together.
Oh, I should have gone to a specialist.
Come on over to Amco Transmissions. We know how to diagnose transmission problems. Even your new car dealer doesn't know more about transmissions. At Amco, they're all we work on. Amco. Why go anywhere else?
Well, quite a pitcher's battle going on here in Toronto tonight between Dave Steve and Mike Griffin, two young right-handers with very promising futures. Joe LeFay leads off for the Yankees as we go to the seventh, and Steve's first pitch. Over but low, ball one. LeFay is struck out and bounced out to first baseman John Mayberry. Left-hand hitter. The windup and the pitch coming. Drill to deep right field. Back goes the right fielder. It is gone. A home run for Joe LeFay in his first Major League game, coming in his third Major League at-bat. Joe LeFay, a line drive over the right field wall, ties the ball game up. And Fran Healy, usually a kid gets a silent reception on his first homer, but not that Yankee bench. They're very excited for him.
Yes, they are, and Joe LeFay will never forget his first Major League ball game.
I'm surprised he's not running down there, climbing the wall, and running out there in the football field to get that ball back.
You know, it's wild, Frank. Usually you remember your first Major League at-bat. Joe LeFay's first Major League at-bat, he struck out. First Major League game, he hit the home run.
Rick Cerrone sends a fly ball to left field. This one's playable by Elvis Woods, and he makes the catch, 1 out.
And now 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
You're listening to Yankee Baseball on WROW Albany. Brought to you in part by DePaula Chevrolet, 740 State Street, Schenectady. DePaula is selling and servicing Chevrolet the 1980 way. DePaula Chevrolet, open daily from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
The batter, Bucky Dent, fouls the first pitch back, strike one. You know, over the last couple of years or so, we've been talking about some of the young people who play in the Yankee minor league farm system. And we've mentioned to you Joe LeFay. We talk about Steve Balboni. We've talked about others. And a lot of folks come to me and say, yeah, but are they for real? If they're that good, why aren't they here? Well, they are being seasoned. They're being brought along as the Yankee front office people and minor league system people feel they should be. LeFay called up because of the injury to Oscar Gamble, and tonight he hits the home run. The kid Mike Griffin pitching a fine ball game for the Yankees. Dennis Worth, who is not playing tonight, but has shown us he can play a lot of positions. So there are people coming along in the minor league system. Bucky Dent grounds one back to the box, and he's thrown out by Steve, 2 down.
Frank, you know, to take that a step further, it's interesting. When you play in New York, for some reason, they won't accept second best. Now, if you play in another town, I shouldn't say all towns. For example, when I was at the Kansas City Royals, and the Kansas City Royals were just developing, they would settle for a second-place finish. But New York will not allow a second-place finish, so therefore, you really have to go at your seasoned ball players.
But it's nice to know there are some young people coming along.
Well, without a doubt, in fact, the Yankees are represented well with the Toronto Blue Jays. Tom Buskey, Paul Mirabella, Damaso Garcia, Willie Upshaw, and Otto Velez.
Willie Randolph steps in, takes the first 2 pitches off the strike zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Our ball game is tied 1-1. That was only the second home run hit off Dave Steve in 67 innings this year. Pitch comes in low, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes.
Speaking of Yankee farmhands, no joy in Nashville last night. Steve Balboni did not hit a home run.
But he went 1 for 3. Ball 4 inside.
Bad night.
Big Steve Balboni.
21 home runs. Unbelievable.
In 39 games.
He can spoil himself. A couple of doubles and he'll be upset.
He's had 1 triple.
Picking up speed.
Putting dents in the walls. Putting dents in the clouds. First pitch comes in low to Bobby Mercer, ball 1, and that's going to send the catcher, Bob Davis, out to the mound to try to settle young Dave Steve down.
And Frank, talking about Steve Balboni, last night when I went down for the post-game show at Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Joe Lefebvre was in the clubhouse swinging a bat. I believe they were thinking of using Lefebvre or Reggie Jackson as a pinch hitter in the ball game. And Lefebvre was talking about Steve Balboni. Played with Steve Balboni in college. He said he was unbelievable in college. His first year in pro ball, 26 home runs in a very tough league, the Florida State League. And now again this year he's doing the job.
Throw over to first base. Randolph goes back in head first. Willie is on with his second walk of the game. The fourth man walked by Steve. Bobby Mercer 1 for 3. Randolph leads the pitch to Bobby. Lined out toward right center field. Coming on the right fielder. And Bunnell makes the catch to retire the side. But the Yankees tie it up on Lefebvre's homer. And in the middle of the seventh, it's New York 1 and Toronto 1.
Is Taylor California Cellars really a better Chablis? In a recent issue of the Connoisseur's Guide to California Wine, one of America's most respected wine publications, Taylor California Cellars Chablis and its competitors are compared. Editor Charles Oaken reports.
Our panel compared Almaden Mountain, Sebastiani Mountain, Inglenook Duval, and Taylor California Cellars Chablis. And our first choice was Taylor California Cellars. We felt it had the best balance of the wines and was more distinctively fruity than the others. Now, this is a classic wine tasting, not scientific research, but we guess that the Taylor California Cellars Chablis comes out on top because they're using better grapes. From our viewpoint as tasters, Taylor California Cellars Chablis was clearly better than Almaden, better than Sebastiani, better than Inglenook.
Taylor California Cellars, a better Chablis. Try it and judge for yourself.
For a free copy of this issue of the Connoisseur's Guide to California Wine, write Taylor California Cellars, Gonzales, California, 93926.
Hello, I'm Bill Whalen, Director of the National Park Service, U.S. Department of the Interior. This is the Year of the Visitor in our national parks, which means that the Park Service is making an extra effort to help you get even more enjoyment from visiting natural, historical, and recreational park areas throughout the country. They're places to touch our land and history.
For more information on national parks near you, write Parks, National Park Service, Washington, D.C. 20240.
Well, we have a tie ball game here at Exhibition Stadium in Toronto, Canada. The Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees. Fine pitching performance by both Mike Griffin and Dave Steve. For the Blue Jays, here in the bottom of the seventh inning will be Barry Bunnell, Dan Ainge, and Bob Davis. Frank?
Yes?
Oh.
All right, Barry Bunnell set to lead off. He has popped up and grounded out so far in the ball game. Right-hand hitter. Late replacement in the starting lineup, and he takes a pitch low for a ball. Bob Baylor was listed as the right fielder in the original lineup, but they had to shuffle things around when Damaso Garcia was unable to play tonight. Pitch is in the dirt, scooped by Cerrone. It's 2 balls and no strikes. They moved Baylor from right field into third base, put Ainge from third over to second, and inserted Bunnell in right field. Griffin starts the windup for the 2-0 pitch to Barry, and it's in knee high for a called strike. Bunnell is batting .198. However, he has hit 4 home runs and has 21 runs batted in. Next pitch to him, low, it's ball 3. That sends me to the statistics sheet for a little further information on Mr. Bunnell. With 21 base hits, he has driven in 21 runs. And lines this one base hit into left field. One hopper to Bobby Brown, and Bunnell is on with a leadoff single here in the bottom half of the seventh. Base hit number 6 for the Blue Jays. Danny Ainge will step in. He has struck out and doubled. Ainge looks down at his third base coach, Jimmy Williams. That's Jimmy spelled with only one M, by the way. Jaime. Throw to first base. No play. The organist plays a few bars of Home on the Ainge. Where's that range?
I believe it's range.
Oh. And
Good basketball player.
Yes, he is. Outstanding basketball player. In the Yankee bullpen, Ron Davis warms up. A couple of pickoff throws to first base, but Bunnell is back.
You know, it's amazing, Frank. Ainge is an excellent college basketball player from Brigham Young, yet John Mayberry still feels he's the best in the league.
Does he?
Yes.
I've been told that Dave LeMagic isn't too bad.
I'll tell you what, Willie Wilson is very, very good. Mark Belanger, in his younger days, was a very good basketball player.
Paul Blair is not too bad.
Paul likes to shoot. An awful lot.
Doesn't everybody?
Well, yes, but you got to be a team player. Every now and then you have to relinquish the ball.
They tell me they give that basketball to Dave LeMagic, and he just goes down the court bowling people over.
Yes, he's a big fella.
All right, we're ready again with time back in, and the pitch coming to Danny Ainge. Nope, Griffin steps off the slab. We're tied 1-1 here in the seventh inning, and now time is called as Jim Spencer, perhaps under orders from the Yankee dugout, goes to the mound for two reasons: to settle the youngster Griffin down and to give Davis more time in the bullpen, should that be necessary. I'm glad Scooter didn't see the spider crawling up the wall here. I wish I hadn't seen it.
Good
And
job.
now I don't.
Who's winning?
I think he is. Pitch is taken outside for a ball by Danny Ainge. And again, Spencer comes into the mound to talk to Griffin. Probably saying, hey, don't worry so much about this guy over here at first. Concentrate on the hitter. Get Ainge. Nettles is in at third looking for a bunt throw to first base. And Bunnell dives back to the bag. Nettles looks for the bunt. To lay down the bunt, you got to lay it down in the dirt around home plate. He squares and bunts down the first baseline foul. It's awfully hard to bunt, I think, Brad, on the AstroTurf, unless you get that ball down in the dirt around home plate to sort of take the spin off of it.
That's the ideal spot. If you can't get it down in the dirt, you have to have hands like Rod Carew at home plate. You just catch the ball with the bat. Try to stop it yourself. Of course, you can get the backspin, which is difficult. That's even a better bunt. Right now, Dan Ainge going down to talk to the third base coach. Mike Griffin very concerned with Bunnell at first base. Has shown over there a number of times to Jim Spencer to keep Bunnell close. And Mike Griffin tonight with a good fastball. And Frank, he's pitching inside a lot more tonight. You have to pitch inside to be successful in the major leagues.
I will see if they go from the sacrifice to a possible hit and run play here. And a pitch out. The Yankees call for. And the count is 2-1 strike. Cerrone looks into the dugout again. I believe you told me the pitch out sign usually comes from the bench.
Well, with Billy Martin as the manager, he likes to call the pitch outs. I think it's a pretty good idea. In fact, Billy likes to call a few of the pitches, which is not a good idea.
I think if you're catching in the major leagues, pitching in the major leagues, you should have a pretty good idea of what to throw.
That's right, and only the catcher knows what that ball is doing.
2-1 delivery, and he squares the bunt and takes a low pass ball. It's 3-1.
Frank, the final say should come from the pitcher. Even if he's a young rookie.
I think if a pitcher wants to throw a certain pitch, if he gets beat with what he thinks is his best stuff, he gets beat.
Right. Get beat with your best stuff.
Don't throw something you don't want to throw and get beat because you're going to think about it for a month or two. All right, the 3-1 pitch. It is bunted foul off the first base line, and the count is now 3-2. Who was it the Yankees used to have? I'll tell you who it was. The kid Patterson. He had an idea of what he could throw, and when they told him to throw something else, he got very upset.
Yes.
Gil Patterson was right. He said, if I'm going to get beat, I want to get beat with the best stuff I've got, and that's when he was a rookie.
He's the best-looking pitching prospect I've ever seen.
Runner goes, pitches foul back.
Patterson was about 20 years old. He was overpowering. He was timed at about 97 miles per hour. He could change speeds with anybody. He could change speeds off the fastball, off the breaking ball, also throw the ball to locations.
Again, we'll have a 3-2 to Ainge with Bunnell at first, nobody out. Let's see if he goes this time. He ducked back to the bag, and the ball is fouled back our way. That time, Bunnell ducked back into first base when the pitch was thrown.
Not only that, Ainge is upset And Matnick, the manager, is out talking to home plate umpire right now because Mike Griffin went to the set position, but not his ordinary set position. He just went down, touched the ball in a glove, and threw the ball to home plate. It was unusual.
Protesting quick pitch?
I guess they are. Of course, that's a judgment call by the umpire. Ames is very upset.
I'll tell you, surprised as he was, that he did well to foul the ball off.
He did.
All right, we'll watch again as Bunnell takes his lead. Normal set. The runner goes. Pitch is cut out and bounced to the left side. Nettles can't play it. It's off his glove in the left field. And on to third base goes Bunnell. They hold him up there. Ames is halfway to second. He's going to sneak in. Good play by Ames. I'll tell you, that kid showed me something there. The Yankees left the whole right side of the infield unguarded. And he went better than halfway to second. As soon as the throw came in toward the cutoff man in the vicinity of the mound, he went right into second base. And that's something you can't let happen.
That's right, Frank. Bobby Brown lobbed the ball into Jim Spencer. When you have the ball in the outfield, you have to throw a bullet into the infield. Allow the infielder to have the ball in his hand so he can make a play at second base.
The heads-up play by Ames. He knew nobody was over there around him. Now, there's a case where I think your right fielder, and in this case, LeFay, could run in and cover first base.
Oh, without a doubt. Everybody should be moving.
Help out wherever you can. I'm not putting a monkey on his back, but I think that would be the play right there because you can't allow that man that much leeway down there. Now you got two men in scoring position. The double play possibility is gone, and the Yankees have to play the infield in. And the batter is
Willie Upshaw.
Willie Upshaw. They're going to score that as a base hit for Ames. It was off Nettles' glove as he cut in front of Dent to try to make the play. And Willie Upshaw will bat for Bob Davis, left-hand hitter and a former Yankee farmhand. It's a ground ball back at it by Nettles, and they got the lead runner. Bunnell hung up. Dent runs right at him. Dent throws it to Cerrone, and Cerrone tags him out at the plate. Good play by Bucky Dent. I said Nettles. Bucky Dent backhanded the ball, ran right down the third base line, came charging right at Barry Bunnell, who was hung up between second and third. Made him break the way he was going to break, and that was toward the plate. The throw to Cerrone, who tagged him out, and on the play, Upshaw went to second.
Good play by Bunnell also. He made a mistake, and then he drew Bucky Dent towards home plate, allowing Ames to go to third base, and Willie Upshaw to advance to second base. So the Blue Jays still have runners on second and third.
Score the putout 6-2 on a fielder's choice. And the batter will be Alfredo Griffin. 1 for 3 tonight, and he scored a run. Pitch to him. Drill one hop to Spencer. And again, they almost had the lead runner hung up, but Ames ducked back to third, and Spencer takes it unassisted at first. There are 2 outs. Spencer fielded that ball, belt buckle high. Ames was a pretty good ways off the bag at third. Spencer looked him back and then went to first for the unassisted putout on Griffin, and now there are 2 outs with runners at second and third, and the batter is Bob Baylor. And Griffin will try to get out of the inning. As he pitches now to Baylor, Ames tries to shake him up, dashing down from third. The pitch is foul back, strike 1.
No, Frank, you can tell Mike Griffin has that good fastball. He's pitched up in the strikes on a lot of balls, fouled back into the seat.
Scores tied 1-1. Upshaw at second, Ames at third, 2 out. The infield back, of course. The outfield spread with the right fielder LeFay shallow. And the pitch is popped up on the infield. In comes Willie Randolph calling for it. In toward the pitcher's mound, and he makes the catch. And I'll tell you, some outstanding pitching by Mike Griffin. Gets out of the inning without a run, scoring. At the end of 7, it's still the Yankees 1 and the Blue Jays 1.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. It's me on the radio. Eastern Airlines is letting me do a commercial because starting June 1st, they're going to fly us kids to Florida free. Yep, a round trip, no charge. And you save too. Just buy your Super Saver tickets to any of 13 Florida cities, including Miami and Orlando. Plan to fly each way on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays, and stay at least one Friday night. Then one of us kids, even kids up to 17, can come along with each of you grown-ups free. Just Saver's Super Savers, and we go for zeros. And even if we have to play on weekends, Eastern has good deals. The Super Saver seats are limited, and normal Super Saver restrictions apply. So call our travel agent or Eastern Airlines soon. Come on, Mom and Dad. Florida for free.
We have to earn our way every day.
From space-age technology comes polyglycol. Polyglycol pasteurizing sealant penetrates deep into your automobile finish. You may never need wax your car again. Our textile sealant and final shield coat and protect. Polyglycol rust-proofing is laboratory tested, guaranteed for the life of your new car. Polyglycol sound shield helps provide a quieter ride. Polyglycol space-age products now available at new car dealers, and Polyglycol introduces a new line of car care products designed to restore your used car to that new car look.
On the scoreboard in Baltimore, bottom of the 7th, the Orioles 2, the Tigers 1. After 2 complete in Texas, the Rangers 4, the Angels 1. After 2 complete in Kansas City, the Royals have a 5-0 lead over the A's. Frank?
All right here we go to the 8th inning, and Rupert Jones takes the first pitch over but low, ball 1.
In the National League, Houston 3, the Mets 1, bottom of the 4th at Shea Stadium.
Ernie Witt is now the catcher for Toronto, and the pitch is fouled off his shin guard. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Bottom of the 6th inning in Pittsburgh, the Pirates 4, the Padres 2.
And that's it in a rather abbreviated Major League schedule tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike count. We're tied 1-1 as we go to the 8th. And Jones looking for his first base hit. 1-1 pitch, check swing, and it's low. Rupert has bounced to the pitcher, grounded out to second, and struck out. Yankees 1 run, a home run by Joe LaFay, coming in his first Major League game, his 3rd Major League at bat. Blue Jays scored their run in the 4th on a single by Alfredo Griffin, a single by Bob Baylor, and a double by Al Woods. Yankees have turned in some fine fielding plays, and Mike Griffin has pitched well when the chips were down, and so has the kid Steve. 2-1 delivery coming. Fastball is low, ball 3. So we're tied 1-1. The Yankees have 4 hits, the Jays have 7. Three and 1 count on Roop. Pitch to him. Swing and a miss. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Greg Nuttles is on deck. And then Jim Spencer would be up. Right-hander Steve is ready to work. The kick, the 3-2 pitch. Bouncer back over the mound, over second base, and on through to center field. Base hit for Jones. So Roop bounces one up the middle. 5th hit for the Yankees. And the batter will be Greg Nuttles. This is a rather cozy ballpark. It's 330 to the foul poles, 375 to the power alleys, and 400 feet to straightaway center field. Pretty good ballpark to hit in.
And you have the artificial surface. The one thing you find uncomfortable batting in this ballpark is you feel you're hitting uphill, Frank. Seems like everything's coming down at you.
First pitch. Nuttles fouls it off his foot. The ball bounces out in fair territory, but it came off his foot, and the plate umpire will want to check it for shoe polish.
In the Toronto bullpen, Tom Busty and left-hander Gary Garvin.
Nuttles waits while the baseballs are exchanged. Now he'll step back in. Greg is lined to the second baseman, struck out, and flied to left. Tie ball game 1-1. Spencer is on deck. Jones leads away from first. The throw over there by Steve. Rupert gets back. Tagged playfully on the back of the left leg by first baseman John Mayberry. Ouch. Even playfully when he tagged you get hurt. No ball, 1 strike count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Nuttles. Strike 2. Ernie Witt, you have to... I like the way his stance is there behind the plate with a runner on first. It looks like he's got the left shoulder already pointed out toward the mound, ready to throw. Fran, does that help at all?
I'm not sure, Frank. Best thing you can have as a catcher is a good, strong throwing arm, like their own.
All right. Pitch is taken high, snap throw to first base, and Jones gets back.
In fact, the one criticism Witt has received, whether it was in the minor leagues or briefly in the major leagues, he came up with the Red Sox, was his throwing arm. And I'm sure he will try to compensate for the throwing arm. If you don't have a good throwing arm, what you have to have is quick feet and a quick release. Just get the ball down to second base.
All right, the stretch by Steve. He checks Jones with a look. The pitch to Nettles. Bouncer ball foul off the first base side.
Well, Frank, if you're about to imitate any catcher throwing the ball to second base, the guy really to study would be a guy like Jim Sundberg. Jerry Grody, who caught for the New York Mets, had great mechanics behind the plate.
Ball and 2 strikes. Steve takes a little breather. Now he's ready, starts the stretch, hands down to the belt. Here comes the pitch to Nettles, a bouncer down the first base line. Steve is going to let it go, and he finally touches it in fair territory, and everybody is safe. It's a base hit. Steve wanted to let that ball bounce foul, but he touched it instead in fair territory, and it'll be a base hit for Nettles with Rupert Jones going to second. Oh, Nettles now has hit in his 5th consecutive game with that bounce. It looked like he bounced the ball right off home plate, took a big high hop, and Steve ran over toward the foul line. He wanted to let the ball hit and go foul. He let the ball hit, then touched it. Fair ball, base hit. We'll pause 5 for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
This is WROW Albany, bringing you Yankee baseball.
Well, Jim Spencer, Frank, I believe, will have to lay the ball down in order to get the runners into scoring position, or, because of the AstroTurf, because he could have sent Mike Ferraro in to talk to Jim Spencer as a decoy. Spencer's getting back into the box right now. Could sit on a fastball and hit the first pitch.
They decoyed Mayberry into coming halfway down from first.
If he hits a hard shot at Mayberry, he'll kill him.
Now Mayberry's going to back up. I don't want to play in there. First pitch to Spencer. He squares, bunts it down the third base line. A hard bunt that's foul. He wanted to make Baylor field the ball, leaving third base unprotected so the runners could move up. He bunted it very hard and just foul. Strike 1 on Spence. We're tied 1-1 here in the top of the 8th inning. Yankees have runners at first and second, nobody out.
Frank, here's an instance where a scouting report is very important. Now, John Mayberry really has lost his confidence over the past 4 years throwing the baseball. And if scouts knew this, they would have the ball bunted to John Mayberry.
Steve has the sign, starts the motion, the runners lead away. And Alfredo Griffin came running in over second base and did a complete circle around base runner Rupert Jones. That's a tricky little move. And now the third baseman, Baylor, wants time to talk to Steve. They're not stalling for time because nobody's throwing in the bullpen. The pitchers down there are warmed up, just standing there watching the action. Trying to keep Steve settled down. Mayberry still playing in, but not as close as he was. Third baseman Baylor is in. Shortstop and second baseman back. And the pitch. Taken low as Spencer again squared the bunt. 1-1. And again, Baylor will come in and talk to Steve. I talked to Bobby Maddock. He was telling me on the pregame show, that he doesn't go for the trick plays. He said if you play good basic baseball, and that's where he teaches it down in the spring training, he said don't give the other club 30 or 35 outs a ball game. Just stick to straight basic baseball. So he doesn't believe in these trick plays.
Well, many clubs have won championships with trick plays. I suppose you have to deal with your talent, what they can do and what they can't do.
1-1 pitch will be coming to Spencer. And up, a bluff throw back to second base as Rupert Jones ducks back to the bag and nobody covered. And now Bobby Maddock will come out. Here comes Maddock, the manager. Alfredo Griffin races into the mound. Maybe he's getting lonesome out there. Bob Baylor started out. Griffin outraced into the mound. That means Baylor can't come in, as only one fielder can be there at a time. Now Maddock is talking to Steve and Griffin and the catcher, Ernie Witt. And Maddock goes, he stops and said a word, Bob Baylor. Now Baylor will go to the mound.
seems on the attempted bunt that Bob Baylor stays as close to third base as he can in case the ball is bunted to Mayberry or the pitcher Steve, where they will have a play at third base. Of course, they want to cut down the lead runner.
Well, Steve is an excellent fielder. He is noted for his fielding ability. In fact, he used to play as an outfielder. All right, here comes the pitch, and it is bunted foul past the third base coaching box. Line drive, foul bunt.
Tell you what, if Spence got that ball in fair territory, he might have handcuffed Baylor. And Baylor was still at third base.
So all the runners are back to their bases. Jones at second, Nettles at first. A count of 1 ball, 2 strikes on Spencer. Spencer says, now enough of that foolishness. Let me swing away. Like I wanted to, and I came up here in the first.
Right. And Rich Gossen starts to throw in the Yankee bullpen.
There's the set by Steve. He checks second. The pitch to Spencer. Low and in, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Steve, when he's been in trouble, has gone to the fastball in this game. So if I was Spencer, I'd have to look for it. If I were up there, he'd throw me a changeup, and I'd miss it anyway. 2 on, nobody out. 2-2 on Spencer. The set, the pitch, the runner goes from third, and the pitch is off the mitt of Witt to the backstop. Rupert Jones broke, and Nettles did not. And the pitch sailed off the mitt of Ernie Witt, and now both men have advanced. Rupert Jones to third, and Nettles to second, and I think the official score may have to give Rupert Jones a stolen base because he broke before the pitch.
Oh, yes, he'll get a stolen base.
And Nettles did not break, and I think Nettles will be advanced on either a wild pitch or pass ball.
Rupert Jones get a big jump off the second base. It's a dangerous move with the left-hander batting because it allows the catcher a good shot at third base. There's no obstacle as opposed to when the right-hander is batting.
Now the Jays have to bring the infield in with runners at second and third. Three and 2 pitch will be coming down to Spencer. Here it is. Taken high, ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
Frank, it is scored a stolen base for Rupert Jones, and Nettles advanced to second base on the pass ball.
Good scoring.
They usually score the pass ball if the ball doesn't hit the dirt and you get the glove on the ball.
Well, I wasn't referring to the pass ball as much as I was the stolen base and either the wild pitch or pass ball. That's the way I think it should have been because Nettles obviously did not break. Jones did. And the rule of thumb is, in fact, I guess it's a written rule, if the runner breaks before the pitch, even though the pitch should be in the dirt, he does get a stolen base.
And in defense of Witt, Steve has been throwing the ball down in the strike zone most of the night. And then that particular pitch was up high out of the strike zone.
Bobby Brown up with the bases loaded. And the first pitch to him, bouncing ball, and it is a fair ball over the head of the third baseman on down toward the left field corner. Here comes Jones. Here comes Nettles. Spencer stops at third, and Bobby Brown is in at second base with a 2-base hit and 2 runs batted in. Now, Bobby Brown has hit the ball hard every time up. He had a single line to right, fly deep to center. Now he bounces one and gets a 2-base hit and 2 RBIs.
Frank, you can see Brown's confidence just building every time he goes to the plate. He's waiting well on the ball. He's not being fooled by the breaking ball. That particular pitch was a good pitch inside. He hit the ball hard, and you can credit the AstroTurf with a little help. It was an AstroTurf hit. When you're playing an AstroTurf, that's the type of hit they're getting right now. A little respect for Joe LeFay. An intentional walk. LeFay last time up got his first major league hit, a home run over the right field fence here at Exhibition Stadium.
All right, the Yankees lead 3-1. And LeFay is being put on to load the bases again. They will pitch to Rick Cerrone. LeFay has got to be a happy young man with that home run. LeFay, recalled from Columbus a week ago, appearing in his first ball game. In fact, he was leading the International League with 7 home runs when the Yankees called him up. So LeFay is walked to load the bases again, and the batter will be Rick Cerrone. Nobody out. The Yankees now leading 3-1. Cerrone has walked, singled, and flied to left. He has a stolen base tonight. The pitch to him. Hit in the air to center field. That'll get Spencer in from third. Bosetti gets under it, makes the catch, and Bobby Brown tagging up at second will go to third as Spencer scores. The Yankees lead 4-1. A sacrifice fly and run batted in, number 17 for Rick Cerrone. One out, runners on the corners, and that will be all for Dave Stieb. As the Blue Jays will make a pitching change, Dennis Menke goes to the mound.
And they want right-hander Tom Buskey, former New York Yankee. Buskey, a sinker ball pitcher. He'll throw a slider. Right now, he's sprinting to the mound from the bullpen in left field. And the Yankees have runners on first and third. The score, the Yankees 4, the Blue Jays 1. We're in the top of the 8th inning. And Buskey, the new pitcher for the Blue Jays. Buskey this season, 2 wins, no losses, a 2.33 ERA. He's appeared in 11 ball games for the Blue Jays, but has yet to pick up a save.
And Brad Healy, as the season goes on, as we hope it will, and the fans are at Yankee Stadium anytime a Yankee pitcher pitches a shutout, Wendy's will help you celebrate Yankee home game shutouts with a free Frosty the next day. All you have to do if you attend a ball game at Yankee Stadium and a shutout is pitched by a Yankee pitcher is to bring your ticket stub to any participating Wendy's and enjoy a Frosty on the house. So you can have it in your car or sitting at a table. It's free.
All right. That's for home shutouts only. And we'll review the scores right now throughout the Major League, an abbreviated schedule in the American League. The bottom of the 8th inning, the Orioles 2, the Tigers 1. Steve Kemp has fifth home run of the season in the first inning with nobody aboard for the Tigers. In Texas, it's 4-1. The Rangers on top of the Angels after 2 complete. And in Kansas City, bottom of the 3rd, the Royals 5, the Oakland A's nothing. National League scores from Shea Stadium in New York. The Houston Astros 5, the New York Mets 4. That's after 5 complete. And at the bottom of the 7th inning in Pittsburgh, the Pirates 4, the Padres 2. Once again, right here in Toronto, the score, the Yankees 4, the Blue Jays 1. Top of the 8th inning, the Yankees with runners on first and third. Good speed on third base, pretty good speed over at first base. And the batter, Bucky Dent. Frank?
Bucky is 0 for 3. He struck out, grounded to third, and bounced back to the mound. Yankees are leading 4-1 here in the 8th. 1 out. Bobby Brown is at third. Joe LaFay at first, and Buskey's first pitch is high for a ball. Buskey is one of 6 players on the Blue Jays 25-man roster that have played at some time or another in the Yankee organization. Paul Mirabella, Damaso Garcia, Willie Upshaw, Otto Velez, and Domingo Ramos, along with Buskey, once belonged to the Yankees. Right-hander sets and deals. Dent swings, lines a base in into left field. Here's Bobby Brown in to score. LaFay will have to stop at second as Albus Woods gets the ball in from left field, and the Yankees lead by a score of 5-1. That is Bucky's 11th run batted in this year. Willie Randolph becomes the 8th Yankee to bat here in the 8th inning. Randolph tonight has reached on an error, grounded out to first, walked twice. Willie had a 6-game hitting streak coming in. LaFay at first, or rather LaFay at second, Dent at first. And 1 out, Randolph the batter. Buskey comes set, and the pitch to Willie. Fastball is low. The run is charged to Steve, who is charged with all 5, and LaFay at second base now is Steve's responsibility. They clog up the center of the infield against Randolph, and the pitch is a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Looks like we're going to get a new pitcher for the Yankees in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rich Goss is now making his way to the Yankee dugout.
Buskey studies the sign flashed by Witt. Big right-hander to the belt, and the pitch. Randolph takes a strike, and the count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Yankees now have 5 runs on 8 hits. The Blue Jays 1 run on 7 hits. LaFay takes his lead at second. Dent off first. The pitch to Randolph. Inside, it's ball 3, a count of 3-1. Bobby Mercer is on deck. Buskey looks back to second, and the 3-1 pitch is ball 4. The bases are loaded. Randolph walks for the third time in this game. That moves LaFay to third, Dent to second, Randolph at first, and the Yankees have batted around as Bobby Mercer, well, he was ready to step in, and now Bobby walks back toward the dugout.
He's looking for a helmet, I believe, Frank. Or a bat with a hit in it.
No, it's a helmet. Had the bat, didn't have the helmet.
You just want to make sure that the bat you have has some base hits, though.
Well, he used one in the 6th inning, had a base hit in it.
Okay, we just don't want to use all the hits.
Bobby hit into a double play in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd, singled in the 6th, and lined hard to the right fielder, Bonnell, in the 7th.
And the Blue Jays have Jerry Garvin still throwing in their bullpen, a left-hander.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Buskey works off the stretch and set position. His pitch to Mercer. Outside is ball 1. Buskey has won 2 and lost none in 11 relief appearances prior to this. Ready to work again, and Mercer bounces one to the second baseman, Ainge. He flips to Griffin out at second. Back to first, double play, and the side is retired. But the Yankees have scored 4 times, and in the middle of the 8th inning, it is New York 5, Toronto 1.
Big Dom Subs, they're for people on the move. Sports-minded, action-minded people. Big Dom Subs, a healthy, hearty meal to go anywhere the action is. On the way to Red Wing or RPI hockey, or at halftime in front of the tube for the game of the week. Big Dom Subs go down great in 38 hot and cold varieties, plus 9 Little Joe Hot Deli Delights. I'll bet there's a Big Dom Sub that's sure to become one of your favorites at the Big Dom Sub shop nearest you.
Hi. Crime Dog with trench coat and long ears here. This time I'm talking to you from someone's very nice car. How'd I get in? It was easy. The door was unlocked. But this is a very nice car. Fancy tape player in here. Ah, Mozart. Oh, I'm not going to steal anything. I'm just going to sit here and wait for the owner to get back. Looks like he's been doing a little shopping. The whole back seat is full of wrapped packages. Shouldn't leave them in full view like that. They're very tempting to a crook. Here, let me turn this off. Now, it's my job to teach you to protect yourselves better. So look for me, the handsome dog with a trench coat and the long furry ears, and find out more about preventing crime. Write to Box 6600, Rockville, Maryland, 20850. Oh, and one... Oh, and one more thing. Lock your car. That's one way to help, take a bite out of crime.
A message from the Crime Prevention Coalition and the Ad Council.
Well, the Goose is loose, and he's in the ball game now for the Yankees. This season, Goose with a 4.41 ERA. He's appeared in 13 ball games, and he has 3 saves for the Yankees. Right here in the bottom of the 8th inning, the Goose will face Elvis Woods, Otto Velez, and then John Mayberry. Frank?
Okay, Fran Healy, and in that Islanders hockey game with about 5 minutes to go in the second period, the Islanders and the Flyers are tied 2-2.
We'll get them Islanders.
Elvis Woods has doubled twice and struck out once. Incidentally, the Blue Jays lead the American League in turning double plays. They've turned 2 tonight, a total of 51 for the season. Gossage first pitch, letter high for a strike. Elvis Woods, a left-hand batter. He's now hitting .388. Is Woods. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. .388. Pitch coming. Popped up. And let's see if Cerrone has room. I doubt it. Back to the seats he comes. He reaches. He cannot get it. Now with 4 minutes left to go in the second period, the Flyers lead the Islanders 3-2. They didn't hear you down there in Philadelphia, Fran. What was that sign you just gave me?
I can see the Islanders coming back.
Pitch to Woods. Fastball low and in. He checked his swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Otto Velez is on deck. High, 2-2. Yankees here lead 5-1 over the Toronto Blue Jays. Goose Gossage into the wide. Right-hander's pitch. Swing and a miss. Gossage took a little bit off of that one and had Elvis Woods swinging out in front of it. So a strikeout for Gossage.
You know, Frank, anytime Goose takes something off the fastball, he has to have the batter out on his front foot. Because most batters go up to face Gossage with the dial turned all the way up, waiting for the overpowering fastball.
Here's Otto Velez, 0 for 3 tonight on 3 ground balls. Takes the ball low and away. Mike Griffin went 7 innings, allowed 7 hits, walked 1, struck out 3, and the 1 run was earned. Now he stands to win his first game in the major leagues if Gossage can hold a 5-1 lead. Velez upset at a strike call. The count is evened up 1-1. Mayberry on deck. Pitch coming. Swing and a miss. That pitch looked like it was out of the strike zone. Velez swung with one hand at a pitch low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Goose pumps it. Here it is. Fastball missed. 2-2. Yankees lead 5-1. We're in the bottom half of the 8th inning. First meeting this year between the Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. 2-2 pitch. Outside. Velez with a count of 3-2. I know, oh, here it is. I was just looking at the attendance. I knew Arthur Adler had written it down for me somewhere. Tonight's attendance, 26,047. 26047. 3-2 to Velez. The pitch coming, and he walks on a low fastball. Velez is on with 1 out. And the batter will be John Mayberry. Rick Fosetti moves out to the on-deck circle. Mayberry, left-hand hitter. Spencer plays behind Velez, and the first pitch is popped up. Let's see if Cerrone has room on this one. To the seats, and he makes the catch right in front of the box seats. Just to the third base side of the screen behind home plate. 2 out. And Rick Bosetti will step in. He's grounded out 3 times. Started the game hitting .234, now batting .228. 26,047 on hand for the ball game tonight. Pitch to him, swing and a miss. Story in the papers up here said that the 4-game weekend series, had the whole series been played, would probably draw 140,000 or more. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And we still don't know. We are still hopeful that we will have baseball after the night. 0-2 pitch. Low for a ball. 1-2 on Bosetti. Barry Bunnell is on deck. Pitch coming way outside. 2-2. Gossage missed a little better than a week because of a case of flu and a resultant stiff neck. He seems sharp tonight, though. The pitch coming, and it is off the bat handle. It's a foul ball. There again was that off-speed pitch. Gossage pulled the string a little bit. His off-speed pitch only comes in about 92 miles an hour.
I'm sure Gossage is concerned with longevity, just as Guidry is concerned. They'd rather not throw the ball with all their might every pitch.
2-2 pitch is low. 3-2.
I think it's important to learn how to pitch because at a certain stage of your career you will lose the overpowering fastball and you have to adjust.
Runner will be going. 3-2 pitch is foul toward the seats down in right field. So Velez will turn around and come back to first. If you're just joining us, certainly a highlight of this ball game for me was to see Joe LaFay get his first major league hit leading off the 7th inning, and it was a home run. And Fran Healy will try to corral young Joe LaFay for the postgame show. Pitch comes to Bosetti inside, ball 4, and Bosetti walks. Velez moves down to second. And the Blue Jays have runners at first and second with 2 outs, and Barry Bunnell will step in. Barry Bunnell has popped up, grounded out, and singled. Takes a fastball over, strike 1 call. Fouls the next one back to the screen. Barry Bunnell came to Toronto from the Atlanta Braves as part of the Chris Chambliss trade. To deal. Low outside. Blue Jays picked out pitcher Joey McLaughlin, infielder Pat Rocket, and Barry Bunnell for Chris Chambliss and shortstop Luis Gomez. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, 2 walks there left. At the end of 8, the score, the Yankees 5, the Blue Jays 1.
It's been a long, long time, and a whole lot of places, breaking records and winning the races. Searching, researching, we've come a long, long way. That's why you can rely so much on golf today. Golf, golf, try with experience. Golf, golf, try with experience.
When the first airplane crossed the Atlantic in 1919, the oil in its engines was from the Gulf Oil Company. Since then, Gulf products have been used to set more than 200 records. So today, when you want to go a long way, come to Gulf for products that have been there.
Now
Now a great money-saving offer for all you Yankee fans. An official Yankee autographed baseball at a very special value featuring a colorful autograph collection of your favorite Yankee stars. This same autographed baseball is sold at Yankee Stadium for a much higher price. Look for the easy details on this special offer printed on the back of every Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink bottle label. Send for your official Yankee autographed baseball now during this great money-saving offer. Remember, easy mailing instructions are on the back of every Yoo-Hoo bottle label. For great taste, fun, and refreshment, enjoy an ice-cold Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink from Iroquois Brands.
Now let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
Stay with the winners. Keep listening to Yankee Baseball on WROW, Albany.
Well, it'll be Rupert Jones, Greg Nettles, and Jim Spencer to face Jerry Garvin as we go to the 9th inning. Score the Yankees 5, the Toronto Blue Jays 1. Frank?
Garvin's first pitch is foul back over the screen into the crowd right below us. Jones is 1 for 4. Rupert ignited the 8th inning 4-run rally with a leadoff single to center field. He also had a stolen base during the inning. They play him deep on the right side. The windup by Garvin and the pitch. Curveball is fouled off the tip end of the bat, back to the screen, strike 2. Jerry Garvin, left-hander. No wins, 2 losses, 1 save in 12 prior relief appearances, and an ERA of 4.0. He's pitched only 9 innings. 0-2 pitch, just outside. A ball and 2 strikes on Jones. The Yankees lead 5-1 over the Blue Jays. The windup by Garvin, the big left-hander's kick, the pitch. Fastball is low, and the count is 2-2. We would hope for baseball tomorrow night. If so, we'll be on at 7:30. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball is hit in the air down toward the left field corner. After it, Alvis Woods. He has room and makes the catch in fair territory. Jones is retired, 1 out. That'll bring up Greg Nettles. Greg extended his hitting streak to 5 games with an infield single in the 8th inning. He chopped one off the plate. It bounced down the first baseline, and the pitcher, Dave Steve, wanted to let it go, see if it would go foul, but he touched it in fair territory, and it was a base hit. Pitch to Nettles, curveball hit in the air to left field again. And again, Alvis Woods on his horse, long run, but he's there and makes the catch, 2 out.
Alvis Woods is turning into a fine ball player. A couple of years ago, he had contract trouble with the Toronto Blue Jays. Was expendable at the time, was sent to AAA ball. But this year, he's off to a great start, Frank.
He had contract trouble and contact trouble.
Yes.
And now he's hitting .388, and he's happy with his contract. Jim Spencer will bat. Jim has walked twice, grounded out twice, and scored a run. Swings and misses that Garvin curveball, strike 1. Yankees lead at 5-1. Should be interesting. I'm looking forward to the postgame show, the wrap-up with Joe LaFay as Fran Healy's guest. Another curve low and outside, 1-1. Garvin kicks and offers. Spencer swings and misses. Looks like he swang right through it.
Swang. I like that. Frank, we might try to get Mike Griffin also with Joe LaFay.
All right. 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Yankees are down in order in the top half of the ninth. At the end of 8.5, the score, New York 5 and Toronto 1.
Hello, this is Ed Asner for Volunteers in Service to America, VISTA. Born 15 years ago, and now with 5,000 volunteers working on 1,000 projects all across America, helping to find innovative solutions to many of the problems that face America's poor. You may never have heard of VISTA, but VISTA may need to hear from you. Call toll-free 800-424-8580. Happy birthday, VISTA. For 15 years, you've been helping to make a good place better.
A public service of this station and the Ad Council.
If you're never out looking for trouble, if you never try to pick a fight, if you never look for something that's going wrong, you might think you're doing everything right. But what you don't know could hurt you, though perhaps you never thought it would. And if you don't know, get your electrical wiring, you're looking for trouble but good.
When it comes to your home's wiring, not looking for trouble is asking for it. Have your wiring inspected. Find out how. Write Electrical Safety, Washington, D.C. 20207. Electrical Safety, Washington, D.C. 20207. It's free.
You may not be looking for trouble in your town or in your neighborhood, but if you don't look at your electrical wiring, you're looking for trouble that's good.
A public service message from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission and this station. Product safety. It's no accident.
We go to the bottom half of the ninth inning, and leading off for the Toronto Blue Jays will be Danny Ainge, their second baseman. He is 2 for 3 tonight, struck out, doubled, and singled. Right-hand batter, Goose Gossage on the mound. Ernie Witt is on deck. The pitch, cut on and grounded to short. Bucky Dent fields the ball, throws on to first. There's one out. Incidentally, we are informed by Winds Radio 1010 in New York that Ray Greeby, who represents the baseball owners, and Marvin Miller, who represents the baseball players, have sat down to a meeting tonight, and I don't believe that was a scheduled meeting. I think it's an impromptu meeting between Ray Greeby and Marvin Miller. They are meeting right now, and we are all hopeful that something positive will come out. Pitch comes in low to the left-hand hitting Ernie Witt, batting for the first time. Yankees lead 5-1. Witt is batting .208, no homers. 2 runs batted in. He takes high. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. And again, we say that report comes to us from 1010 Winds Radio in New York that Ray Greeby and Marvin Miller are meeting again right now. And to my knowledge, this is not a scheduled meeting. Could be a hopeful sign. Let's hope so. 2-1 pitch. Strike 2 called as again Gossage takes something off the pitch. And Witt looking for the fastball. Alfredo Griffin is on deck. The Yankees lead 5-1. Ninth inning, the wide, the pitch coming low, 3-2. The Goose looks in, payoff pitch. Swing, and that struck him out. Third strikeout for Gossage. 2 outs in the bottom half of the ninth. The Yankees lead 5-1, and Alfredo Griffin will be the batter. Brad Healy has gone down to the Yankee dugout, where we will hopefully hear from Mike Griffin and Joe LaFay. Big night for both of them. If Gossage gets the last out here, Griffin will have won his first major league game. Pitch is foul back in the crowd. And Joe LaFay, whether the Yankees win or not, has hit his first major league home run. His first major league hit was a home run. Pitch is coming, and it's grounded right side through base hit into right field. Randolph made a bid for it, could not reach it. And Alfredo Griffin, with his second hit of the ball game, keeps the Blue Jays' hopes alive. Bob Baylor will step in. He is 1 for 4. Right-hand batter. Pitch on the way, foul back in the crowd. Two outs, a runner at first. The Yankees lead 5-1 here in the ninth inning. The on-deck batter is Elvis Woods. Pitch. Strike is called. 0-2. This is the big man right now for Gossage to get, because Elvis Woods is a long ball hitter. He's sitting on deck. 2-strike pitch. Grounded. Left side. Nettles backs off. Has it deep in the hole. Throws to Randolph. Forced play of second. The ball game is over. Alfredo Griffin is forced out 5-4, and that will end it. The Yankees pick up a 5-1 victory. Mike Griffin has his first major league win, and we'll be hearing from Mike Griffin. And Griffin is right down there on the field shaking hands with everybody in sight. He is a happy young man. The ninth inning for the Blue Jays shows no runs, 1 base hit. There were no Yankee errors and a man left, and I'll be back with the totals and the recap. The final score, Yankees 5, Toronto 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, Easy Aces.
drop in for another visit at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Ace, known as the Easy Aces. As it might happen in any typical family, the problem now at the Aces is brother-in-law. Jane's brother Johnny being the bone of contention. It's after dinner in the bungalow. Jane is in the kitchen, but we find Mr. Ace looking over some bills as Jane's best friend Marge, who lives with the Aces, sits by. Listen.
What do you suppose this is all about?
What's the matter?
This bill.
Oh, Jane got extravagant again?
It's not Jane. It's that brother of hers.
What? Johnny? Don't be silly. What does he need with you? He's married to.
That's what I want to know. Look at this. 2 flannel suits delivered to John Sherwood. There it is. Now, if that guy's starting his old tricks again...
Oh, be reasonable. With all the money Alice has...
Be reasonable. Here it is in black and white. And what's this? Okayed by Mrs. Ace. Well, if
How do you see that?
Wait a minute. I'm going to get at the bottom of this.
Now,
Jane!
Don't start an argument before you know what the facts are.
Stay out of this, Marge. I don't need any better proof than this that she's up to something. Jane!
This doesn't make sense. Why should he need your charge account?
That's what I'm going to find out.
Did you call me, dear?
What is this?
Not now, dear. I'm busy washing dishes. I want to get finished so we can go to a picture.
What is this?
Oh, what is this? I haven't got time to play that silly game now. I can't guess those things anyhow. Honestly, the things you think of.
I
think it's priceless. Play it with Marge, dear. And don't call me in the middle of...
You sit down there.
But I have to finish washing the dishes.
Sit down.
Isn't he the most...
I have here in my hand a bill for 2 flannel suits delivered to John Sherwood and okayed by you.
Oh, that.
Yes, that. 2 flannel suits, $80. Now you take it from there.
Beg pardon?
I want to know all about them.
Oh, well, one of them is a blue one. That's the one I thought he looked best in. Johnny likes the gray one better because...
I don't think he's interested in that phase
Will
of
you stay out of this, Marge?
Yes, Marge, stay out of this, please. Where was I? Oh, yes, Johnny likes the gray better because it's lighter. I mean, the color is lighter than the blue. He thinks blue is too dark for summer. But I think blue with light ties is very nice. That's why I made him get the light ties. That's on another bill there.
He got light ties.
Yes, and a few other things. You know, odds and evens.
Odds and evens.
Marge, please stay out of this.
I'm sorry, dear.
Well, anything else, dear?
Well, I don't know. Was there anything else?
No, that's all I can think of. Ties and a pin for his collar. You know, a few nicknames.
Yes, I know a few nicknames I could use right